NETV Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships. Today, in the D2 title game, it's the Mullen Broncos and the Lindsay Holy Family Bulldogs. Hi again, everybody. I'm Kevin Kugler along with Adrian Fiala. Glad to have you with us this morning from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. You know, last year we started the D2 title game with Lindsay Holy Family and Mullen. That started us on our weekend of football. We liked it so much, we brought it back for you again this year. Lindsay Holy Family and Mullen in the repeat. And Aid Mullen, last year they rode Stephen Dent. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again.
Try to do that again, Kevin. They've been to the state finals now 3 times, 3 state championships, hoping today for a 4th state championship on the back, on the legs of Stephen Dent. 2,300 yards on the year, 6,800 yards in his career. He really can go inside, outside, any which way you want to run. He can do it. He will put the pressure on Lindsay Holy Family. Their defense will have to cover the gaps today, Kevin, and also pursue, not over-pursue that is, and make sure they don't overrun plays with Stephen Dent. If they do that, maybe they contain him.
Well, also with us today is Matt Davison. And Matt, when you look at Lindsay Holy Family, the first thing you notice is pretty good size on the lines.
That's right, Kevin. When you look at the strength of this team, it is their strength and size up front. 6 players over 200 pounds for this Lindsay Holy Family team. And unlike last year's game where Mullen had the size advantage up front, this year's Lindsay Holy Family, who should be able to control the line of scrimmage. If they do that, they could be able to keep Mullen from a repeat.
Well, Lindsay Holy Family trying to get their state championship. Down on the field with more is Larry Putney.
Thanks, Kevin. It really is a role reversal for these two teams. Mullen, the favorite last year, ended up winning the state championship. This year, Lindsay Holy Family ranked #1 in the favorite, and Coach Rusty Rottenberg, after 3 trips here, thinks this could be the team that gets it done. 10 seniors on this squad have competed in 4 state championship games, 3 in football, 1 in basketball. He thinks that experience might be the difference.
Well, they're counting on that experience. The experience of Stephen Dent on the Mullen side, something that they are counting on. And they're hoping that Stephen Dent on Mullen's side can bring them a 2nd straight state championship. It's a chilly day, but a good day for football. And for these players, this is perfect football weather.
As a player, Kevin, this is the sort of day you really, really love. Maybe just a little bit less wind would be in order, but it's an overcast day. I call it a battleship gray day. That's what I used to love to play on days like this. And a little less wind would be good, but good day to play the final game. And Mullen's offensive line this year not as big as last year, but Stephen Dent still running hard.
Well, let's go to our public address announcer, Chris Lofgren, for the D2 player introductions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Memorial Stadium, home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the players competing in the Class D2 State Football Championship Finals. First, the visiting team, the Broncos of Mullen High School. Number 10, Troy Renfro. Number 20, Troy Spencer. Number 21, Steve Dent. Number 34, Will Newmeyer. Number 43, Adam Danielson. Number 50, Michael Andrews. Number 55, Lee Anderson. Number 70, Chet Swartz. Number 82, Mike Phillips. Number 83, Trent Zimmerman. Number 84, Joe Mundorf. Assistant coaches, Mitch Pfeiffer, Dan Brost. Head coach, Mike Brown.
That's the Mullen Broncos as they enter this state championship game looking for a 2nd consecutive title, 11-1 on the year. They average 55 points a game with this Mullen offense. And Stephen Dent, who's put up ridiculous numbers to begin with, Mike Brown told us before the game today that, you know what, they've scored so quickly so often sometimes that Dent hasn't been on the field in a lot of second halves. He could have had, 25, 26, 2,700 yards rushing this year. He's had a great career. Imagine what he could have done if he'd been on the field more. This offense has been so potent.
That's one thing, when you play on a great team, Kevin, sometimes you go ahead by 40, 50 points and you don't get those carries that you'd normally get in the second half. But I'm sure he'd trade a single state championship for all those yards.
Well, no question about it.
He'd probably do well to get a new pair of lungs, too, because that's going to tire you out, guys. He is a workhorse for this bunch. The young man is 5'11", 175, and just a power-running I-back.
Let's go back to our public address announcer, Chris Lofgren, to introduce you to the Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family.
And now for the home team, the Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family High School. Number 10, Andrew Pfeiffer. Number 12, Nick Korf. Number 14, Josh Finkwell. Number 15, John Jarecki. Number 16, Doc Shoemaker. Number 22, Clayton Korus. Number 25, Ross Miller. Number 33, Josh McPhillips. Number 42, Jeff Jarecki. Number 77, Casey Bender. Number 78, Corey Preister. Number 80, Kyle Clausen. Number 88, Jerry Clausen. Assistant coaches, Dan Wolken, Russ Schumacher, Lance Pfeiffer. Head coach, Rusty Rottenberg. And the rest of the Bulldogs.
That's an eager Lindsay Holy Family team. They didn't wait for Coach. Coach is getting introduced, and they're running him over.
Rusty's going to need a few pads out there next time around. He was just getting beat around like a pinball down there. They're ready.
He appears to be no worse for wear, but man, I mean, that's a jacked up Lindsay Holy Family team. And well, maybe this is Larry was in the locker room. Larry, is there a reason they're that fired up?
Well, they are ready to go, and Rusty gave them one simple message, guys. He said, his first words out of his mouth, I'm tired about being asking, how are you going to stop Steve Dent? Everybody who talks to me, the first question out of their mouth, how are you going to stop Steve Dent? We're going to show him today we're going to stop Steve Dent. And I guess we're guilty of that. That was the first question we asked him today.
Yeah, it's our fault. So if Lindsay Holy Family wins this state championship, though, perhaps we get a share for helping to fire up the team.
You know, I want to know, how are they going to stop Steve Dent? Matt, how are you going to stop Steve Dent?
I'll tell you what, he's a tough runner. You run for that many yards on any level, and you're a tough kid. And both of these teams are used to being here, and they know what kind of player he is. And I'm sure that's motivation for their defense going into this game. They've heard all the hype about Steve Dent, and that's when great players overcome. So we'll see what Steve Dent does today against this Lindsay Holy Family defense.
Any guy, Steve Dent included here, any guy that runs the way he does and is also the state all-around rodeo champion, you know, riding bulls and riding bareback and doing all that stuff. You know, he's one tough cookie. He's going to be a tough guy to stop no matter what Holy Family does. He is going to be a tough guy to stop. And not only that, he's a wrestler, state Class D wrestling champ at 171, and also involved in track, the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the relays. The guy's just an all-around great athlete and a tough competitor. And Matt, you know that's what you want. Tough guys who compete.
That's right. And he's a guy that gets a lot of yards after contact. And so Lindsay Holy Family has to get a lot of hats on the football defensively. Steve Dent's going to run through that first tackle.
Let's listen into the coin toss.
We're here to toss a coin, determine who has choice beginning the ball game, subsequently has choice beginning of the second half. Winner of this toss has 4 options. You can elect to kick, receive, defend either goal, or defer your choice to the second half. You question on those options. Mullen, you're going to call the toss. Who's going to call it? Call it while it's in the air. I'll catch it open-handed and read it just like it shows. That side is tails. That side is heads. If I drop it, we'll read it from the ground.
Don't forget to order your videotape.
He's calling heads. It is tails. Lindsay, you have choice. They're going to be deferring. You have choice of kicking, receiving, defending goal. You will be receiving to start the ball game. Which goal would you like to defend? Step that way, would you please? Lindsay won the toss here. We'll be receiving at south
We'll
goal.
find out how
Big
Lindsay
hands have a
Holy
good first
Family will
half.
try to stop Stephen Dent. Mullen on offense first. Kickoff of the D2 title game is next. The 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are being carried live over the internet. So if you have friends or family who don't have access to any TV, have them log on to mynptv.org, click sports, and follow the prompts to State High School football. NETV is Nebraska's home for sports. D2 title game about to begin between Lindsay Holy Family and Mullen. There is the locator map for where these two schools are located. Mullen and Lindsay Holy Family, almost a straight shot across the northern part of Nebraska. And the bracket to get them here, Lindsay Holy Family, a shutout over Bloomfield, and then a win over Bruning Davenport for Mullen. They blew out Stapleton and blasted Loomis to get here to this state championship. Both teams playing some great football coming in, and that's exactly how you want it when you get to the D2 title game between Mullen and Lindsay Holy Family, and we'll see who gives on a chilly day in Lincoln. 48 degrees, the temperature not bad, the wind a bit brisk, but good football weather. Cloudy skies, north-northeast wind at 14 miles per hour, the humidity 93%. There's been some sprinkles on and off, but it is dry right now, and of course with the field turf at Memorial Stadium, the rain very rarely affects it. Your officials today for this D2 title game: referee is Alan Fetty, Steve Schmidt the umpire, Jeff Junker the linesman, Tim Houghton the line judge, and the back judge is Dick Stewart, as assigned by the NSAA for this first of 6 title games that you'll see here on NETV over the next 3 days. And today, 8-man football in the D2 championship as Lindsay Holy Family, Rusty Rottenberg, in his 10th season as the head coach of the Bulldogs, looking for that state championship. It's been elusive over the last few years. And Mike Brown in his 27th season as the head coach. You always know when you see Coach Brown, that big mustache is a great way to know that Coach Brown is coming. And he's one of the real individuals of high school football and a great coach. They have had a great run in Mullen.
Well, you always know Mike. You see the mustache, kind of a throwback to the good old days. Mike Brown loves this game of football. You said, Kevin, 27 years in the head coaching business. His assistants, Dan Bross and Mitch Pfeiffer, really have enjoyed great success. Again, they've won 3 state Mullen has won 3 state championships. They're in here to try to see if they can win number 4. And Rusty Rothenberg, his assistants, Dan Wolken, Russ Schumacher, and Lance Pfeiffer over there on the blue side of the football. There he is, Rusty. Very personable guy, and he's excited about today. His team is excited about today. And we're about ready to get it underway here, Matt.
And I'll tell you what, when you have coaches that have been around 10 years and 27 years, that's when you can really build a program. You know, you start kids in elementary school really watching these high school games. You get them in the weight room, they go out for track, and you start to build a program and a lot of continuity with that many years at the helm.
Mullen has tried to do that. They won it last year. Came back. They lost their opening game to Sargent this year, just by 1 point, 29-28. And then ran the table from there. The last 25 games, they have won 24. We're getting close to kickoff here.
Good look at Jerry Clausen, the guy who's about ready to kick it off, the senior for Lindsay Holy Family. And back deep to return for Mullen, Taylor Spencer and Stephen Dent, 2 seniors, 2 leaders of this Mullen Bronco team.
Kevin, just want to wish you good luck today on calling the yard stripes.
Thank you very much.
We're on an abbreviated field. 8-man football is an 80-yard field, and so there'll be a challenge sometimes from time to time.
He'll never cross the 50.
Yeah, the 50.
Thank goodness for pictures.
The 50 is really the 40. Here we go.
Clausen approaching the football, and we are underway. And this will go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Mullen will start first on offense, averaging 369 yards rushing, 402 yards total. And let's look at the starters for Mullen. Troy Renfro, the quarterback. Stephen Dent, we've talked at length about him. Taylor Spencer, the fullback. That's the offensive backfield. On the line, Joe Mundorf, Mike Phillips, Michael Andrews, Chet Schwartz, and Trent Zimmerman along that offensive line for the Mullen Broncos. And we'll set the defense for you in just a moment. But on the first play, out of the eye set, toss play to Dent, trying to find some yardage, and Dent a gain of about 2, maybe 3 to the 18-yard line. Defensively for Lindsay Holy Family, the Bulldogs, salty defense this year. Trent Zimmerman, Lee Anderson, Michael Andrews along the defensive line. The backs and linebackers, Taylor Spencer, Will Newmeyer, Stephen Dent, Troy Renfro, and Joe Mundorf. 2nd down and 7 for the Mullen Broncos from the 18-yard line. Renfro, the senior, he was a backup last season at quarterback, the starter this year, and the first man through, the fullback Taylor Spencer. And he's out near the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Good job. Excuse me, Kevin. Good job that time by Lindsay Holy Family. Trying to run that little fullback counter up inside there, and they had none of that. Play previously, number 80, Kyle Clausen. Really the instrumental in knocking down Dent on that play. 3rd down here in about 5.
From the 20-yard line, Mullen Broncos come out again with the backs behind Renfro. 3rd down and 5. Dent gets the carry. Trying to bounce it to the outside. He's got the corner, and Dent, a first down and more. Outside the 30 to the 34-yard line. Steven Dent, that's what he does so well. Inside, outside, Matty can do it all.
That's right. Not only is he a tough runner, but has vision. That's what a great running back has. And that time he bounced it to the outside. Once he got out there, he had the speed to get to the corner and get the first down.
10 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The D2 title game, starting off our weekend of championships here on NETV. And Spencer gets the carry, a flag down on the play, and Spencer down across the 35 to the 37-yard line, a gain of 3, and we'll see what our first flag of the day is all about. Our
Saw a
referee
little
is
bit of
Alan
holding going on down there, and referee Ellen Fetty gives a preliminary signal. Coach Brown not crazy about that.
So marching back 10 yards against the Mullen Broncos and putting them in situations that they're not terribly comfortable in. It's not a passing attack, and they'll have to fight for 20 yards, first down and 20.
Yeah, exactly. And there is a little wind today, but both of these teams run the football so much the wind shouldn't be too much of a factor.
First down and 20 from the 24. Toss play to Dent. Dent in trouble. Great penetration. Jeff Jarecki into the back. Stop.
He's done a lot of that this year, Kevin. 85 tackles, 5 sacks, and he's blocked a kick. Jeff Jarecki, 200-pounder, 6 foot. One of their primary football players. Great on offense, too. Their leading rusher on offense. But that time he plays big out of the linebacker spot. Comes through a seam right there at the line and makes the hit in the backfield.
Second down, 20. Straight up the middle with Dent. Not a lot of running room, and you're hearing some pops. It's pretty physical down there. Helmets coming off, and Dent just working hard for yardage.
Casey Bender loses his head on the last play. He's number 77. He lost his helmet that Kevin was talking about. Leading this team in sacks this year, Casey Bender. In on that play there, as you said it, Kevin, a lot of good popping going on down there.
Now it's a big defensive line for Lindsay Holy Family, averaging over 200 pounds a man in that defensive front. Third down and 17 for Mullen. To the air for the first time. Renfro in trouble. Gets rid of the football, and it's out of bounds. Fourth down and long, and Mullen will have to punt it away.
You know, Matt, that's one thing about this game. 3rd and 17, and Lindsay Holy Family playing that 5-man front, 3 men in the back there. Watch here, as there will be pressure as Renfro trying to get to the right side. Good pressure that time by Clausen. But when you're 3rd and 17, you basically got to throw it. So you're going to have that coverage back there. Only one guy on the route.
Taylor Spencer to punt, the wind in his face. It's a high snap, and flags are down. So we'll reset this, and perhaps Spencer will lose a few more yards on his way back to punt. Taylor averaging 30 yards a punt this year. But this is not the game that Mullen wants to play. They want to get the running game going, but that hold really cost them some momentum.
That's right. 3rd and 17 isn't the situation you want to find yourself in. And then you have your quarterback rolling to his right, and he's a left-hander. He was looking for Trent Zimmerman down the field there, but the pressure was too much.
Yeah, good job by the safety to cover. Here's a kick.
High kick, a short kick. Pfeiffer takes it at the 38-yard line, trying to dance out of trouble, but he will not get away. It just falls forward to the 35. And let's take a look back to Lindsay Holy Family in Mullen last year in the Class D2
From the
championship.
34-yard line of Lindsay Holy Family, first down and 10.
Dent got away. Some running room now for Dent. Sheds another tackle, and he's going to go all the way in for 6. What a run from Steven Dent for the score.
Watch 42 right in the middle there. He's coming on the blitz. He runs by the play. Almost had the tackle on Dent. Should have had a tackle right there. Should Holy Family actually, Kevin, he should.
And what a run on the middle on the first down play. Jeff Jarecki, as we get back to live action, takes it from the 35 down to the 16 of Mullen. Jeff Jarecki pounding ahead for big yardage. And let's take a look at the offense for the Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family. Andrew Pfeiffer, Jeff Jarecki, and John Jarecki. The backs and receivers on the line: Doc Shoemaker, Nick Korth, Kyle Clausen, Casey Bender, and Jerry Clausen. The offensive line for Lindsay Holy Family, and a big hole for Jarecki to run through on first down. It's now 1st and 10 from the Mullen 16-yard line. Pfeiffer on the play fake. In the end zone, and the catch is made for the touchdown. Bryant Pfeiffer with the grab and the score for Lindsay Holy Family.
Beat Renfro in the end zone. Troy Renfro on the coverage. Not surprised to see them go to that play because Mullen had 7 people on the line of scrimmage that time. Just a single safety back there, and the Holy Family read it and took advantage of it. Ran the deep corner post. Renfro on the coverage, but not a chance there. Good throw. Good toss by Pfeiffer.
2-point conversion now for Lindsay Holy Family. Jarecki stacked up and thrown for a loss. Taylor Spencer got him around the ankles.
There's a TD play right there. Again, all the Mullen guys stacked up in a line. And there you see the touchdown pass, the 8th touchdown pass of the year by Pfeiffer.
It was almost a 7-1 defensive set that time, and Renfro was the safety and was only probably 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. And with Jarecki having that long run before, they just run a little play action and a post corner, wide open.
Good job to read it, Matt. I think that's what they did. I'm not sure at this level if they do the audible thing or not, but maybe so.
The 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships on NETV Sports is made possible in part by the financial contributors to Nebraskans for Public Television. You too can help support your statewide network and become a member of NPTV by calling toll-free 800-634-6788. You can also join NPTV over the internet. Log on to our network website at mynptv.org. Click membership and follow the prompts. If you're enjoying our high school football championship coverage, support NETV today. So Lindsay Holy Family striking first, had the good field position. And in just 2 plays, the Bulldogs able to get it in.
And Kevin, they also had a great deal of spirit when they came out of the locker room and translated that onto the field, which Larry Putney talked about in the pregame. And here's the kickoff.
Jerry Clausen, straight ahead kick, and he got a hold of that one, and it's through the uprights. There's that extra point they were looking for. It's good.
Big toe that time.
Put it at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will have it. That's a boot.
Well, they kick off from the 30-yard line, and it's only 80 yards. So, I mean, it's 50 to the goal line. He kicked that thing probably 70.
70. Strange thing about it is he doesn't have any field goals this year, just 2 for 7 in the PAT.
On first down, Spencer up the middle, and a quick hitter for 3.5, maybe 4 yards for Taylor Spencer.
And he towed it. He towed the kick, too. Amazing to get it that far. Flat
Mullen, their work cut out for them now. This Lindsay Holy Family bunch believing in what they need to do and how they're going to do it, and they're showing right now that they're really here to play a whale of a football game.
Second down 7, the ball on the 18-yard line. Dent gets the carry, and he wiggles forward to the 21-yard line. 3rd and 4 now for Mullen.
You know, one thing the defense for Lindsay Holy Family is doing is they're staying at home, playing their responsibility. That last play right there showed exactly what I'm talking about. Is everybody on the back end stayed at home because they know Dent likes to cut back, and if you don't stay at home, you overrun it, they'll go, and they'll go a long ways.
3rd down 4 from the 21. Dent the carry again. Trying to bounce to the outside. Great defensive play by Lindsay Holy Family. Defenders everywhere. Bender was there. John Jarecki as well for the Bulldogs.
This time he tries to bounce it just like he did on the last 3rd down play where he did get the first down. This time he bounces it outside, but didn't have the speed to get to the corner. Great pursuit that time by the defense of Lindsay Holy Family.
Good fill by Jarecki, 15 to come up on the corner, and then back-ended by Casey Bender.
Time to punt again. And the punt is blocked towards the goal line. And a block by Jerry Clausen, the recovery at the 1.
Wondered how long it was going to take because on the snap previous, the snap was not good. It was slow and high. This snap again was slow. And that just gives these people like Clausen time to get in there. Good job to take the route out in front of the kicker and make sure you don't bang into the kicker. And good job by Clausen, really good job. He's big, 6'3", Matt.
He came off the edge that time untouched, but you still have to make the block. You have to decide when you're going to block that thing. Are you going to just try to hit the punter, or are you going to try to block the football? That time he blocked the ball.
And you got to get a good snap, a good quick snap, and that was not a quick snap.
On the quarterback keeper, Pfeiffer scores for Lindsay Holy Family, and the Bulldogs have opened it up early, 12-0 midway through this first quarter.
You can see how it can get out of hand really quick. If you're Mullen, not the start you wanted, obviously. 12-0, could be 14-0 here in a second, and really you've only run 7 or 8 plays of offense.
They'll need to trying to get the block and working up front. The offensive line for Mullen, again, as we said earlier. Here we go.
On the pitch play, Jarecki to the corner, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. The Bulldogs lead 14-0.
Yeah, the option play, guys.
We've seen that on this field before, huh?
Nice to see it a little bit again as Jarecki comes off.
Let's go down on the field to Larry Putney.
Guys, you're taking a look at Josh Finkrell, one of the more heartbreaking stories in today's championships. Josh last year was injured in the game before the championship game. In the semifinals, he broke his ankle, couldn't play in the championship game last year. This year, once again in the semifinals, he goes after a catch, breaks his collarbone, and he's sitting out. Josh, we talked a little bit ago. You said halfway through the playoffs, you were thinking, what? There's at least this year I'm going to get to play.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, I'm feeling pretty good, run pretty hard, and everything was going good. And I was thinking, man, there's no way I'm going to get hurt, man. I got to make it there. And unfortunately, I had this injury and can't play now, but nothing really I can do about it.
It's taking any of the sting off it, getting up 14-0 early?
Yeah, man, it feels great. I just, being here, watching these guys come out good. I mean, we knew we could compete with these guys, and I'm glad we're ahead early.
Well, you had a great season.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Lindsay Holy Family, but it hasn't affected him so far.
No, and it's just a bad story. I mean, you get to the state championship twice and you don't get a play in either one. It's just a tough one to swallow.
Third kickoff already for Clausen, and the third one that booms through the end zone for the touchback. That's a pretty impressive leg. He's blocked the kick, 3 touchbacks, not bad.
Clausen, the complete football player, his third block of this season. There he is. That's Casey Bender, 77. But Clausen doing the job both on defense and in the kicking game today.
See how Mullen answers now, down 14-0. The first play, Spencer gets the carry, and Spencer from the 15 to the 18-yard line, a gain of 3, and the yardage hard to come by right now for the Mullen Broncos.
That's the story, Kevin. It's the Lindsay Holy Family defense right now that really has stepped up their effort. They've really shut down the Mullen offense here in the early going. Mullen not able to get it across midfield yet.
2nd down, 7 at the 18. Toss play to Dent, trying to find some running room, and there is just not much there, Matt, just across the 20-yard line. Again, great pursuit, and they're really getting a good push up front.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. The pursuit is great, but when you get guys, offensive linemen pushed into the backfield, it really gives nowhere for the running back to go. And that time the pursuit was there, and 3 or 4 guys there to make the stop after a gain of only a couple.
Kyle Clausen, the back end tackler on that, stayed at home, played his responsibility first, and then came in and made the tackle from the backside.
Mullen needs something good to happen to it here. 3rd down and 4, toss play to Dent, trying to find that first down. He will not find it. Stacked up a yard short. Kyle Clausen, finally the man to get in front and stack up Stephen Dent. It's 4th down.
Great job by Clayton Corus to come up the corner over on the far side over there. Number 22 comes up, fills the gap, and makes the hit. Clayton Corus.
Might see Mullen go for it here in the early going. 4th down, you have one of the best running backs in the state of Nebraska. Wow. You're down 14 points, going for it.
Big gamble here. 4th down and 2 from the 23. Toss play to Dent, and he just has the first down. Broke out of the pack, and Dent to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Thought they had it stopped for a moment. Lindsay Holy Family. You'll see it again here, the convoy out front there. And right there, you thought, well, perhaps Kyle Clausen going to make the tackle. Doesn't happen. And fortunately, Matt, John Jarecki is there to make it. Because otherwise he goes.
That's right. He would have gone to the house that time. But when you have a running back that's this good at first contact, you expect him to get that 1 yard on 4th down.
On the 30-yard line, Renfro O'Keefe around the edge and bang down of bounds at the 34-yard line. Andy Pfeiffer, no respect for his opposite number as he drills him out of bounds.
And that's a quarterback right there. Watch this. Great fake right here. Holds everybody. You saw everybody in the blue go for the fake. And now watch this. Boom. Holy moly. Andy Pfeiffer.
And the play doesn't even count, Abe. There's a penalty on Mullen on the play. And so all that pain and absolutely no gain.
Oh, my.
I love that hit from Pfeiffer, but I also like Renfro not going out of bounds either. Let's give him a little credit. Take on that hit. Get every yard you can here in the state finals. There's no tomorrow.
Andy, wow.
If you take many more hits like that, there won't be any tomorrow.
Andy be calling different plays in the huddle after that hit. My goodness. Great hit, though. Great hit.
Troy Renfro with a first down and 22 from the 18. Spencer gets the carry, and guys, there's just nothing in between the tackles right now for these Mullen Broncos. Trying to run up the middle, nothing there.
Holy Family is just playing Matt on defense. They are the story so far. They have shut down Dent. That time Jeff Turecki inside. Underneath all of that was number 42, and he made the tackle.
Well, they outweigh Mullen up front, and you can really see that up front right now. They're controlling the line of scrimmage on offense and on defense. Even though they haven't run very many plays of offense, you can see how effective they were. And a couple penalties here, 3 drives for Mullen, and 2 of those possessions they had a penalty, which takes them right out of the drive.
Mullen, 14 plays, 44 yards total offense today.
Wow.
This is play 15, Renfro to the air. He's got a man open. Spencer is there at the 30. Spencer with one man to beat to the goal line. He's going to score. And Mullen right back into it in an unlikely fashion through the air.
Amazing when you think about a football team that throws it on average 3 times a game, and that's what they've done this year. Just 45 passes on the year, and they average just a little over 3 times a game passing. And bingo, Matt, they go deep. I tell you what, split receivers love that kind of stuff, don't they?
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a throw that time by Renfro. Into the wind, guys. You can see on the kickoffs how the wind's going to the south. He's throwing towards the north end zone, and that was a strike.
Hit him in stride, and now Renfro will keep on the 2-point conversion, and Renfro dropped in the backfield. Casey Bender again knifing into the backfield at 6'6", 240 pounds, and cat quick. Bender gets in.
See it again here as Renfro is going to take the job. Good play action again, holding everybody. Good blocking up front there, and let it fly. Looked a little bit like Josh Heupel on that play. Just missed as far as knocking the ball down over there. One of the Holy Family players. Who was that? Sean Weiss, maybe?
It's a nicely thrown ball by Renfro.
Terrific, sure was. Terrific. And, you know, they did a little play action there, got him going to his left. But a good job by Renfro to get his feet set in the pocket that time and let her loose. And it was a perfect spiral and on the mark. There's Taylor Spencer.
6 plays, 65 yards. Of course, the big play in that 65-yard drive, 62-yard touchdown pass. Get all the inside information on the Huskers after the Colorado game on Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday, November 30th, live at 7 Central Time. It's a complete review of the game with highlights, commentary, discussion, and you. Join Adrian Fiala, I've heard of him, and me for our next Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday, November 30th, right here on NETV, Nebraska's home for sports.
You ever going to have me on there again?
No.
Never.
No, can't see that. Anderson, a short kick into the wind, taken at the 8-yard line. To the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Jarecki with a nice return, and John Jarecki to the 35-yard line. And Lindsay Holy Family with good, solid field position once again.
Jarecki, just sophomore, 160 pounds at 5'10", and just bulling his way upfield and giving his team great field position to start a drive right here as he comes off the field to the congratulations of his teammates and his coaches. Going to go over and get a little sip. Yeah, sure enough.
On first down, Corey Preister in the backfield now, along with Jarecki, and Jeff Jarecki gets the carry, and good defense this time for Mullen as Will Newmeyer makes the tackle. Well, let's give you the starters for Mullen on the defensive side. Jerry Clausen, Kyle Clausen, and Casey Bender on that defensive line. Corey Preister, Clayton Corris, Andrew Pfeiffer, Jeff, and John Jarecki, the backs and linebackers for the Mullen Broncos.
Keep it in the family here, Jareckis and the Clausens. Nice to see that.
Play fake, Pfeiffer to the air, has lots of time. And a catch by Clausen at the 33-yard line. First down, Troy Renfro with the coverage, but the story there, the time that Pfeiffer had to throw.
That's right, he had a lot of time, and he bought some more time himself by rolling out, getting towards the sidelines. You can see a right-handed quarterback going to his right here. Watch how he gets his shoulders turned before he throws it. And a great catch that time by Clausen.
And it's even more profound because both receivers crossed in the middle, Clausen and Ross Beller, and they collided over the middle. But again, Clausen regains, adjusts the route, and picks up the first down on the pass.
Preister with the carry, and not a lot of running room there. Mullen doing a good job that time covering up Preister as Newmeyer and Renfro make the stop.
It was almost like they were running a pick play, but they picked the wrong guy. They
ran
picked their
into
own
each
guy.
other.
Yeah.
I thought that was the guard around, number 78 carrying the football that time.
Been 6-man, it might have been.
Second down and 10, the ball on the 33-yard line of Mullen. Mullen leading 14, or rather Lindsay Holy Family leading 14-6. Toss play to Jarecki. And Mullen starting to stiffen defensively. Jarecki nowhere to go, and it's 3rd and 10.
Boy, that time you could see Mullen gaining confidence on defense a little bit. Maybe Lindsay Holy family.
Watch 34 right here. Will Newmeyer come in underneath it all right there. He's right on the back end over there. That's number 34, Will Newmeyer, 93 tackles on the year. And he shows you why right there. He's underneath the pile, making those tough hits.
Stephen Dent also in there on the stop. 3rd down and 10 from the 33. Pfeiffer to throw. Floats it out there. Clausen is there, leaping up, and he's got it towards the pylon. Is he in? No, just down right outside the goal line. And what a day Jerry Clausen is having for Lindsay Holy family.
Clausen on the deep out, and also Beller was downfield too, underneath on the route, both in that same area. Watch here. You'll see 25, a little bit short. Well, you won't see it, but Clausen, Matt, great hands. Great. It reminds me of you a little bit, my friend.
Wow, I'd like to see that from another angle, too. See if he did get into the end zone. That was close.
Very close. 1st down, just inches outside the goal line. Pfeiffer into the end zone, his 2nd touchdown of the day. And Lindsay Holy family leads 20-6. I thought this was going to be a running game, guys. 2 of the biggest plays of the day have been through the air.
Always when you least expect it, Kevin, it happens the other way, and that's what we've seen. 2 big bombs throwing the football. Each of these teams, Lindsay Holy family throws it about 6 times a game. Mullen 3 times a game, and we've seen some big plays in the air, Matt.
Well, you have veteran coaches here, guys, that have been here before. They're going to throw in a few wrinkles coming into the state championship game, and these players are great athletes for these teams. They can throw the football if they want to.
20-6, throwing for the 2-point conversion, and Clausen on the receiving end, and it's 22-6. Boy, Jerry Clausen staking a first quarter claim to MVP. He's got a block kick, a big catch. Clausen's made some big plays on defense, and of course his kickoffs have been remarkable as well.
We've called his name quite a few times. You can see.
Watch this here.
Nice catch. And I love when you get close to the end zone there. You sniff the end zone. You reach out and try to get it in there. Not too many times you have a chance to have a touchdown catch for Lindsay Holy family. So he knows when he gets to the end zone, he better stretch out there and try to get it in.
He's had 6 this year, Jerry Clausen. Make it 7. Well, almost 7.
Almost 7.
Yeah.
Can we give him half on that?
We'll give him a half on that. You betcha.
Well, when you average over 50 points a game, there's a lot of touchdowns to be had.
Yeah.
If you'd like to purchase a tape, VHS, or DVD of today's game, there's 2 easy ways to do it. Check it out on the internet at mynptv.org, or you can call us 1-800-228-4630. NETV, Nebraska's home for sports.
Great to see the diversity, though, in the offense. You know, both of these teams run the ball. But when they need to get it done, put it up in the air and make it work, and they have done that. So big game, big plays, which you like to see. Great stuff.
Still 2:05 remaining in the first quarter. 22-6.
Kevin Clausen's been all over the place now. Here he goes for another kickoff.
3 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks.
Through
the approaches again. This one a little bit shorter, but the same result into the end zone, and out to the 15-yard line go the Mullen Broncos, who are looking for a little bit of offense on the ground. That's been the story, just 44 yards rushing today for Mullen, but they do have 106 yards total offense thanks to that big pass play.
Exactly, Kevin, and one thing about kicking off into the end zone, as we all know, you eliminate a lot of things, and the great possibility of a return, and that's where you credit Jerry Clausen with doing a great job, because you just take a dimension out of the special teams when you kick it for a touchback.
Red throw to the air again, wide open, Spencer, he's got him, and he dropped it at the 30-yard line. Taylor Spencer was thinking about another touchdown, and it bounced away.
Wow, you send the fullback right through the middle of the line. You don't give him the football, and it's tough for the defense to pick him up coming through the line. He adjusted to the ball well, right in his hands. You could see him grab his helmet. Big time disappointment, a chance for a huge play offensively.
Oh, man.
Sure, touchdown, no question about it.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Dent the carry, and Dent still finding it hard running up the middle there. Lindsay Holy family really keying on him.
Yeah, they really are doing a great job. And again, that's the story here as we in early going in this ball game, 144 and counting here in the first quarter. But Lindsay Holy family's defense really playing just a heck of a football game. What do they limit Dent to, Kevin? That you had it a moment ago.
39 yards.
39 yards here, and that's just a great job on a great player.
3rd down and 7 from the 18. Dent gets the carry, sheds a tackle, and Dent down shy of the 1st down by a good 4.5 yards.
Watch number 80 right here, Kyle Clausen. He's over there on the left side, and he almost makes the play there. He slows him down, and that gives number 78, Corey Priester, that is, the opportunity to make the tackle. So even though Kyle Clausen not able there to make the hit, he makes the play, in essence, for his ball club.
Timeout taken by Mullen. They want to discuss what to do here. It's still the 1st quarter, but Lindsay Holy Family has been able to march and score. They've had good field position, only 82 yards of offense, but 3 touchdowns in the 1st quarter. Larry Putney is down on the sidelines with a little bit more. Larry?
Well, both Adrian and Matt have been talking about the line of scrimmage and how Lindsay Holy Family has been doing an unbelievable job up front. And if you go back to last year's game when these two teams met in this championship game, after the game, Rusty Rottenberg, the coach of Lindsay Holy Family, said they just absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage and put it in our backfield. The roles have absolutely reversed. That's exactly what Lindsay Holy Family is doing here.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's what Rusty Rottenberg and his staff wanted to see happen in this game, and he thought that might happen. He thought they were big and strong enough guys to be able to get that done. Mike Brown on the other side, hoping that he can get his running back going. Stephen Dent.
Key here right now is a good snap. We have seen slow snaps the first 2 times out, and there it is again.
A low one. Spencer in some trouble. Clausen's got him, and he throws him down. Another problem in special teams, and Lindsay Holy Family's Jerry Clausen takes advantage again.
Bad snap. It bounces back to the punter this time. I don't know if it was going to be a fake or not. It looked like it might have been a fake.
I don't know, Matt. That's
he didn't have time to get it away, but it didn't look like he was even going to try to punt it. They might have called a fake out of that timeout. I don't know. It was a bad snap regardless.
From the 8-yard line, look at this formation. 2 wide receivers, 1 split to either side. As they line with just 3 men on the line of the give to the up back, Jeff Jarecki, and he's down to the 4-yard line.
That's the South Central offense right there. Oh, that's outstanding. Lindsay Holy Family opening it up right now.
Somewhere Bill Callahan is smiling.
Great to see Rusty Rottenberg right there. His team ahead right now, 22-6, and he's happy. Smiling. Another spread formation here, Kevin.
2nd down and goal from the 4. In the spread. On the pitch, trouble, flags are down, and so is John Jarecki in the backfield. That spread formation, not fooling Mullen there.
No, you open up your backs to some havoc right there, because when you split, when you take out your blockers, as we saw right there, everything is open, as you see on the replay right there. Pressure on the quarterback to pitch it, and then pursuit to the outside on the pitch.
It's going to be a hold against Lindsay Holy Family, so Mullen will have to decide. Larry is telling us that there is a little bit of rain starting to fall here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Stay dry down there, Larry. Not a great day to be out without an umbrella. Holding against Lindsay Holy Family, and this will make the road a little tougher to hoe for the Bulldogs on this possession. 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line, and the spread has been put back in. 2nd down and goal. Straight drop for Pfeiffer. They'll set up the screen. Jarecki cannot get away. Nice tackle by Michael Andrews.
Oh, what a great play that time from defensive line position to sniff out that screen pass there to the left side. He sees it. He runs the play down from behind. A great play that time. For a high school player to sniff out that screen pass is pretty impressive to me.
He's a senior defensive end. There he is right there. Number 50, Michael Andrews. Andrews on the year, just 16 tackles, but big one right there.
3rd down and goal from the 13 of Mullen. Out of the shotgun. Pfeiffer floating it out towards Clausen, leaping up, and he has got it, a touchdown. What a catch by Jerry Clausen.
Using his 6'3" frame to his great advantage right there, just reaching over. I think it was Stephen Dent on the coverage. Yep, 21. And using that at height advantage, Dent 5'11", Clausen 6'3", just right up over the top, Matt, and that's usually what happens when you got a guy who'll fight for the football.
That's right. When the ball's in the air, you have to go after it. Good job by Clausen going up and getting it at its highest point that time. Stephen Dent, not a slouch on defense on the coverage.
28-6, they'll go for 2. In trouble, and Pfeiffer is thrown down. Trent Zimmerman He'd had enough, and he sniffed out Pfeiffer and dropped him. But let's watch the touchdown catch again by Jerry Clausen.
Right of your screen, as you see Pfeiffer here, just put it up in there, just right up over Dent. Not much he could do about that. That's just a great athletic play by Clausen. And Dent's a great athlete too, but as I always say, when you got a great big guy and a great little guy and they all give their best effort, the great big guy usually wins.
That's right. The ball was thrown nicely, really, when you know you have a tall receiver down the field, get it up in the air. And I was noticing what he was doing here on the kickoffs.
Look at he's taping his foot up to get the flat foot.
Yes, he does. I said it was a flat toe kick. And watch after he kicks, then he takes it off, and he has a manager run out and get it. I was watching that the last couple times.
Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney as the rain continues to fall. Larry?
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I was going to make that point, but it is starting to rain pretty hard. In fact, if you take a look at the West Stadium, even the East Stadium, they're starting to move up underneath the overhangs. I'm just going to do the same thing you guys do. I'm just going to pull the window shut down here.
I'm looking for you under the overhang.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. Saying, hey, where is he? Where is he?
The Larry Putney suite is up here on this 6th floor of the Memorial Stadium. I'm surprised you're not in it, Larry.
It's right behind us here.
It's right next to Coach Osborne's, yeah.
It's a Larry Putney privy up here.
So the now flat-footed Jerry Clausen will approach the football. What a day he's having.
You know, there was a guy who kicked for Wyoming a lot of years ago, Jerry DePoyster. Here we go.
Clausen, perfect on the touchbacks today, and why not keep it going? Just bangs it through.
The other thing that does, guys, is especially in 8-man when there's these huge running lanes on the kickoff returns, you're taking the ball out of Steven Dent's hands one more time where he has time to have vision and see the field and pick out a hole and try to get through it. So these are big kickoffs for Lindsay Holy Family.
Yeah, with the aid of the taped up shoe, DePoyster used to use a shoestring. He'd take the shoestring, tie it over the front cleat, pull his toe up, tie it around his ankle, and he'd kick it in the end zone every time, just like Clausen's doing here.
Spencer gets the carry, and Spencer into the secondary. Spencer across the 35 and down at the 37-yard line. Taylor Spencer, like a bull in a china shop, running people over to end this first quarter of play. We've played one in the D2 title game. Lindsay Holy Family in the rain, leading 28-6. Second half game's over.
Yeah, it has to be after half.
Yeah, have to be after half. But if they're up at any point, any touchdown that puts them above 45, the game ends.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
The way they're playing.
The way it's going.
Boy, you can tell they're just
Clausen's. They don't have any. Well, and they've had such good field position all day. Now with the win. NETV sports coverage of the 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by NPPD, always there when you need us. By Bryan LGH Medical Center, the first name in healthcare. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. Start of the second quarter, 28-6. Lindsay Holy Family with the lead. 1st and 10, and Steven Dent breaking into the secondary. And Mullen on this drive, 2 good running plays, something that we haven't seen much from Mullen early in this game, guys, but they've gotten the running game going in this possession.
That play works because the defensive end on the left side down here, Kyle Clausen, kind of took an inside track that time and really had no help to the outside, and Dent took advantage of it. Makes it 2nd down and a nice 2 to go.
First man through Spencer, big hole, flags are down, and so is Spencer at the 28-yard line. But the holding penalties today have really hurt Mullen, and this looks like another one here.
Oh boy, you try to get a little bit of momentum offensively, a couple nice running plays. You know they're going to continue to pound the football. Mike Brown's going to continue to give it to his running back, Stephen Dent, and Taylor Spencer. They're going to continue to pound the football, but when you're getting these holding penalties, you put your football team in a position that you're not used to being in. Second and longs, third and longs, and it's tough to convert on those.
And Matt also throw in the momentum factor too.
Yep, kills a drive.
It really does. Just exactly that, a drive killer.
Second down 12 from the 35-yard line, and not a whole lot of running room there. Look at all the blue jerseys just piling on, and nothing for Spencer to do but go down.
Trying to get Casey Bender out of the way, a defensive tackle, 6'6", 240 pounds. There he is right there, 77. Just tough in there, stood up tough, took on the block and stuffed the play to the inside, shut it down totally, creates third.
Rusty Rottenberg, it's coming down nice and strong right now. Third down and 12 from the 35-yard line. Renfro with time. In trouble now as he's chased and throws that one out of bounds, incomplete. Again, Jerry Clausen right on top of Troy Renfro, forcing him to throw it away.
They threw a flag, I think, roughing the quarterback maybe. Or
there's Clausen coming up here, 88 again. You've seen that number a lot.
Grounding.
Well, the rule in college, that would not be grounding in college, but in high school, lots of different rules in high school, and that apparently will be the call.
It is intentional grounding, guys, against Mullen, and so that's going to cost them a lot of yardage. It'll cost them the down, and they'll put the ball all the way back at the 18-yard line in the punt game, which has not been a strong suit today for Mullen. That'll be on display here again.
College football, if he gets outside the hash marks or the outside people, the tackles, and he throws the ball downfield, provided it goes beyond the neutral zone, it's not grounding. But in high school, it is. If there had been a receiver down there in that area, that would not have been, but no receiver around in a gold jersey.
Spencer to punt. Has time this time. Pfeiffer at his 30-yard line. Trying to get to the edge. At the 35, flag is down, and Pfeiffer drugged down out of bounds back at the 37-yard line, but this one's going to come back against Lindsay Holy Family. Looked like an illegal block.
A little block in the back, perhaps.
Boy, it is raining right now on these guys.
Got a squeegee for the windows here, guys. Matt, you bring a squeegee today?
Squeegee, a windshield wiper?
Something.
The new guy in the booth has to climb out and squeegee the windows.
Was that it right there? That was close.
That's what they called it.
Looked all right. His helmet was right on the shoulder,
side,
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It will be a penalty, though, against Lindsay Holy Family, and that'll put them in about their worst field position of the day.
Guys, I've seen worse that have not been called. Let me tell you. Let's put it that way.
Ball back at the 24-yard line. So Lindsay Holy Family, this will be their 13th play of the game. They already have 28 points on the board in those 12 plays prior. From the 24, first down, and the carry. Not a lot of running room. Troy Renfro in there to stack up John Jarecki.
Hear those pads popping down there, helmets hitting.
Along with Stephen Dent underneath it also. Dent and Taylor Spencer. Spencer leads his ball club with 110 tackles coming in. Dent right behind him with 93. And Renfro not afraid to stick his nose in there also. We've seen that already. A lot of tackles this year with 73.
Second down 11 at the 23. Toss play to Jarecki. Wants to throw it, and he just wings it incomplete.
You can see Mullen defensively that time. Only one down lineman in the entire set. Only one down lineman. Looks like a lot of linebackers in a bubble set there.
Watch the pressure there, though, by 83 from Mullen. Trent Zimmerman, he just about makes the play in the backfield back there, but they are able to get the football off.
Third down 11 at the 23-yard line. 10-10 remaining first half. Here's that spread formation again. Out of the shotgun goes Andy Pfeiffer. High snap, Pfeiffer on the inside handoff to Jarecki, and he'll not go anywhere. Will Newmeyer right there on the stop, and the high snap really threw off the timing of the play.
Yeah, about 9.8 times out of 10, Kevin, that's going to kill the play. And any sort of a play like that needs to have timing, Matt, and then when you don't have it, it's done.
That's right, and there was a hole there, but the high snap made the play delayed just a little bit. We'll see how Lindsay Holy Family can punt into this wind here today. going back to the north.
Adam Danielson also in there on the stop. First time we've seen the punt crew for Lindsay Holy Family. A bobbled snap, trying to get it off, and he does just get it off. A fortunate play for Lindsay Holy Family, and pretty good heads-up play by Nick Korth, the punter, just to get a foot on that and get it out of trouble.
He wanted a flag down there. Nick Korth, he got hit. Once he starts running the football, so he got hit after the play. And once he starts running the football, he becomes fair game. And then it's discretionary with the referee. You still give him protection if you see he's going to kick the football, but he got hit after the play and no flag. So Mullen's football setting it up right now.
At the 36-yard line, first down carry to Stephen Dent, and Dent in some trouble and drugged down by Kyle Clausen. Be sure to join us tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time for the Class D1 championship game as Howells takes on Overton. We have complete coverage of all the 2004 Nebraska State High School football championship games right here on NETV, Nebraska's home for sports.
Howells going for number 5 tonight. Dynasty in Howells, Nebraska.
Second down and 9 from the 37. Toss play to Dent. Cuts it back up the middle and found a little bit of running room across the midfield stripe to the 39-yard line of Lindsay Holy Family.
Matt, there's what we're talking about with Stephen Dent. Just about every time he runs the football, he's looking back. He's always looking back to cut back, and he made a good cut back right there. And I think it was Clayton Corris who made the tackle, 22. But he loves to cut back, and as a defender, you better make sure you're in position to make that hit.
Third down and 5. And again, Dent on the toss. Working hard for extra yardage, but he is not going to get away. There are so many blue jerseys just swarming to the football. Every run, you've got 3 or 4 guys. That time, Bender and Kyle Clausen leading the charge.
That was great pursuit by Bender that time. This play looked like it had a little promise early on in the play. Then you could see Bender and a bunch of blue jerseys over there to stop the play at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Korth underneath it all also.
Fourth down, time to punt it away. Nearly blocked again as Clausen almost got in there. This one's going to bounce towards the goal line, and will it get into the end zone? No, great job throwing it down near the 2-yard line. Terrific coverage downfield by the Mullen special teams. Trent Zimmerman, I believe, the guy that kept it in play.
Chet Schwartz also down there.
If you'd like to purchase a VHS copy or DVD of today's game, log on to mynptv.org or call 1-800-228-4630. NETV Sports is Nebraska's home for sports.
Well, you can see these teams have been to Memorial Stadium before, and they're smart. They're up underneath the overhang, not getting rained on. A lot of the fans up underneath the East Stadium there.
First down and 10 from the 2. Jarecki in trouble, fumbles the football. Ball loose inside the 5. A flag is down, and Mullen has the football. Huge turn of events. If the play stands, there is a flag.
Flag on the play, holding.
That'll be declined, and it's going to be Mullen football inside the 5-yard line.
I think it was Will Newmeyer, 34. Let's take a look here. Yeah, right there. Will Newmeyer, 34, made the hit, and the ball comes flying out of there. And Mullen, a great, great opportunity here to put some points up in lights.
Adam Danielson recovered the loose ball. The ball at the 3, first down and goal. Big momentum change perhaps for Mullen as they are the recipients of a big play. Spencer and Dent behind Renfro. Dent gets the carry and into the end zone. Touchdown number 42 on the year for Dent.
It's pretty automatic for him right there.
42 touchdowns one season on the ground.
What made you get in high school? Your whole career?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably in that packet of stuff that we got. I'll tell you that. There's a bunch of information in there.
Well, Dent now over the last 2 seasons with 82 rushing touchdowns. That's just the last 2 years. Dent trying for 2, stacked up, and down he goes. The 2-point conversion no good. So with 7:37 remaining in the second quarter, Mullen creeping closer. Lindsay Holy Family leads 28-12 as we watch the touchdown again.
Good lead block that time by Taylor Spencer. Stephen Dent right behind him. They've done that a few times this year, I think.
And also Trent Zimmerman, 83. He took out that defensive tackle right in front. There you see him right there, 83. Just enough to give Dent a little bit of room to the inside and off that lead block, as you said, Matt.
So Mullen getting the touchdown, and let's go downstairs to Larry Putney.
Kevin, I don't know if you can tell from up there by the sheen on the field, but there are places in the field that are really starting to get pretty soaked. In fact, you step in a couple places and you see it splash. I think that's what helped that punt die a little bit, was the ball came down and it kind of plunked in a nice, soft, wet spot.
Well, it drains well, but there will be some puddling occurring on the field turf. And it could get a little slick out there as this rain continues to fall at Memorial Stadium. Lights are on at Memorial Stadium. And the kickoff taken by Pfeiffer at the 5. Looking for a block. Pfeiffer dancing along the sideline, keeps his footing to the 40 and in the Mullen territory. Great return by Andy Pfeiffer, 1st and 10 from the Mullen 39.
That's what a return does for you guys. Matt, as you and I talked about, Kevin, as we talked about earlier, watch this here. They wait for the blocking to develop. Very nice right there. A great block by number 42, Jeff Jarecki, to clear the way for Pfeiffer. Jarecki right there in front. And good returns really improve your position, and that's what we have right now. They're at midfield, just across.
Well, just when you think Mullen might get a little bit of that momentum back, they get a fumble, they just stick it in the end zone, get their running back, Stephen Dent, a touchdown, then you get a nice return like this. Just what Lindsay Holy family needed, just what Mullen didn't want.
1st down and 10 from the 39. Fumble football again. The ball getting slick out there, and Pfeiffer able to cover it up this time, a loss of 1.
We talked about that down in Oklahoma this last weekend, Adrian. When the rain was coming down, they probably had 10 footballs they were rotating in and out. You wonder how many footballs they have in this high school game here, if they can keep it dry enough that these quarterbacks can get the center exchange.
Trying to get that clean snap from Kyle Clausen, the center, and it is wet down there, as Larry just chronicled a moment ago. Try to do it here again.
2nd and 11. Right up the middle with Jarecki, and John Jarecki takes it from the 40 down near the 36-yard line. 3.5-yard pickup for John Jarecki, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long for Lindsay Holy family.
We haven't said that too many times today. Lindsay Holy family and a 3rd and long.
They are a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd downs today, but they have not faced a 3rd and 8. This is a lengthy one. We'll see what they do here. 2 wide receivers into the pattern, and the backs stack up behind Pfeiffer. 3rd and 8. And a catch made right at the 1st down marker by Bryant Pfeiffer, and it's a 1st down for Lindsay Holy family. The passing game has been very efficient today. Pfeiffer now 6 for 6 through the air.
And he really did a great job there. Watch here on the snap. He's going to just, well, we won't see the snap, but we'll see the catch right here as the receiver comes back. Great job by Pfeiffer to come back for that pass. But on the snap was a little bit uneven, and he had trouble getting the handle, so he just got it and shoved it out there.
John Jarecki nowhere to go. He'll lose a yard to the 29-yard line as Mullen defensively really pounding in there.
What was that last? Was that a Bronco?
I believe that was a Bronco.
Okay, let's hope so.
Either that or somebody with a real bad hair day.
Cheerleaders need to check their membership.
2nd down.
Of course, I guess with that would be a bad mare day. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Starting those too early. Got a long weekend.
Let's save that for Saturday.
Yeah. Pfeiffer in trouble, and down he goes. Pfeiffer is down in the arms of Trent Zimmerman, who comes in to make the sack, and Lindsay Holy family with a big loss.
Spot the ball there, even though Pfeiffer tries to get it off here. Watch the pressure. Zimmerman untouched on that right side of there, and then he tried to throw it right there, but he's down. The knee was down. You saw the referee, Alan Fetty, signaling the knee down as we take a look. See, the knee is down, already down.
Brings up 3rd down and 22.
3rd down and 22 back at their own 39-yard line. 5 minutes remaining, 1st half, and the Mullen defense really stiffening. And now flags will come down again.
Flag on the play.
Illegal equipment, I believe, is the call.
Could be a chin strap, a mouthpiece. Have to have all those things in order. In high school football, you will get a flag.
So marching back 5 more.
Or maybe a club in your back pocket.
That might qualify as illegal.
Can't use that either.
Not sure too many leagues where you can use that club in the back pocket.
Oh, there's a few guys I played with that tried it.
On the Bulldogs.
There's a few games you got done playing. You felt like you were in a fight like that anyway.
Try Missouri.
3rd down, 27 from the 34. Pfeiffer in trouble again. Pfeiffer trying to get rid of it. And it is what? An incomplete pass or a fumble? The officials are conferring. There's no signal made yet. And I believe they're going to call this a fumble.
It's whether or not his arm was coming forward.
Yeah.
When the ball was knocked out, they're going to call it incomplete. That was really close. Another look.
See it again right here. Is Pfeiffer going to take his drop? Pressure to the inside. 43 is Adam Danielson on the pressure, and he's holding on there.
Boy, I don't know.
It's real close.
I think that was a questionable call at best. I don't know.
I'd kind of say he was going forward. It looked like he was just a little bit going forward.
Oh, we don't have to agree on everything,
No,
Aiden.
that's all right. That's fine.
High snap over the punter's head. In trouble. Jarecki trying to run with it, or rather Korth trying to run with it, and he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So special teams, how big have special teams been in this D2 title game? Miscues on both sides have really helped out the opponent.
Not only is it tough on a regular center quarterback exchange, on a deep snap, if the football's wet at all, it could make a difference. We've seen some high snaps, and another big break for Mullen. Great field position.
When it's wet, when it's cold, and that center, when you snap the football, sometimes it's so slick out there off the turf. It skids off the turf when you snap it, and it takes flight too quick. You don't want that to happen. But big break for Mullen right here.
Trying to get right back into this championship game with Stephen Dent ahead across the 20 to the 18. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in this first half. Mullen trailing throughout this ball game, but a touchdown here late would be a huge lift going into the locker room for Mullen.
A half that seemed to be dominated by Lindsay Holy Family. If Mullen sticks it in here, gets a 2-point conversion, they're within another touchdown and 2-point conversion from tying the football game.
And the give up the middle. Spencer broke through a little bit of a hole and got a nice gain down to the 14-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and short for Mullen.
Casey Bender that time again. He's been a huge factor for this Holy Family football team here. 77 right there on the right. Huge factor for this football team. All those guys up front for Holy Family really have played well. Clausen and both Clausens, Preister, Bender.
Toss play to Dent. Good block out front by Spencer. Dent to the goal line and touchdown. Nope, just out of bounds. Just out of bounds. A yard and a half shy of the goal line.
Boy, he almost fumbled the thing. I think if you see it here on the replay, it was a great job of reading his block here by Taylor Spencer and then bouncing it outside straight to the pylon. He tries to reach it out. I think his foot touched out before the ball came out of his hands, but it might have been a fumble had his foot not been on the out of bounds marker.
But you get it down here close like that, and Dent is almost automatic, as we said earlier.
1st and goal, and flags fly. And instead of 1st and goal from the 2, this is going to cost Mullen 5 yards. 1st and goal from the 7.
That's a big penalty that time.
Kind of plays that, well, Mike Brown will just, his beard will grow a little grayer on that play. You don't like to see that happen because, again, you get it within 3 yards, and Stephen Dent is pretty automatic from that point.
The only good thing that could come out of this is it might take him another play or two to score and leave Lindsay Holy Family a little less time maybe to march it back to the north end zone.
1st and goal from the 7. Dent, the carry, nowhere to go. Kyle Clausen filling a huge hole and wrapping up Dent.
Oh, and watch Andrew Pfeiffer, number 10. Watch underneath here. He's right in the middle right there, number 10. See him read the play, get down underneath. Clausen's up top and Pfeiffer's underneath. And again, guys, that's a quarterback.
Nicely defended.
I don't know any quarterbacks to do that.
He's a good athlete.
Oh my, tough guy, tough kid.
A couple of big hits leveled by Pfeiffer today on Mullen Bronco players.
There's Mike Brown. Look of great concern, trying to get his team into the end zone here before the half ends.
2nd down and goal. Dent the carry. Getting to the corner, and Dent slipped down at the 5-yard line, and there's that footing again starting to become an issue as the rain continues to fall.
Watch Mundorf, Joe Mundorf, 84, all the way from the right side, comes out, blocks right there on the edge, and Dent just can't turn it because of wet turf. But Joe Mundorf, he's a senior, 5'9", 165 pounds from the right end all the way over to block on that play.
3rd down and goal from the 5. Big play from Mullen right here. This may be 4-down territory for the Broncos. To throw into the end zone, juggle, catch, touchdown. Trent Zimmerman makes the grab, the touchdown pass from Renfro.
A little bit of play action that time. A quick fake and a left-handed quarterback spins to his left, finds his tight end Zimmerman in the end zone, and a nice catch with a wet football.
Yeah, defense looking for Dent that time. They flowed left on the play action, and then Zimmerman just snuck out there. Did a good job to catch in wet football, bad conditions. Here's a play.
2-point play, the toss play to Dent, blocker out in front, and Dent at the goal line does not get in, just short of the 2-point conversion, and that was close. Let's watch the touchdown pass from Renfro again.
See, watch the play action there. Everybody looking to the left-hand side there, and that ball get tipped a little bit too.
It was a wobbly.
Either that or just a wobbly pass.
On December 8th, don't miss NETV's high-definition production of Philip Glass's Piano Concerto after Lewis and Clark. Plus, see a behind-the-scenes profile of the making of the concerto with composer Philip Glass and UNL pianist Paul Barnes. Watch this world premiere performance of the Lewis and Clark Concerto December 8th at 7 Central only on NETV.
Well, Mullen right back in the ball game, guys. As you said a moment ago, Matt, they could score, get 2, come back. They were within a touchdown and 2 points of getting back. They're within 10, and that's good right here before the half ends. Get themselves closer in the football game.
Yeah, you look at the 2-point conversions. They're 0 for 3 at this point. You get all 3 of those, you're down 4 points, and a touchdown puts you ahead. So they're 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions so far.
Lee Anderson ready to kick it off. Pfeiffer with a good return last time. He's back deep. Short kick. And this time it's taken by Jarecki at the 7. Big hole up the middle. Jarecki across the 30. Look at him dragging tacklers to the 35-yard line. Looked like we were running on ice there as they drug Will Newmeyer along for the ride, did John Jarecki.
Great wall that time set up by Lindsay Holy Family. You can see 4 guys came back and looked like they might have joined hands back there, formed a wall in front of him, led him straight up the football field right there.
Second kickoff in a row, Matt, that they take advantage. Holy Family takes advantage of the short kickoff and gets it up near midfield.
From the 35, 1st down and 10. Option play, and Pfeiffer keeps it himself. A 2-yard pickup to the 37, and time continuing to wind down here in this first half. 28-18, Lindsay Holy Family with a 10-point lead. Well, Mullen's got to feel very good going into the locker room if they don't allow another score here, that they were able to fight back, settle down, and get back into this ball game. 2nd and 8 from the 37. Pfeiffer gets away from 2 men, lobs it for Clausen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Mundorf, and Mullen gets the turnover at the 24.
Mundorf, his 4th pass interception of the year, and it's a big one as it stops a Holy Family drive here. Good pressure that time by the defense. Let's take a look again as you see pressure coming right to the inside. That's Trent Zimmerman, a missed tackle there. I believe that was Adam Danielson. And all of a sudden now here comes Joe Mundorf and gives his team the ball.
See what Mullen does with it here if they just try to run the ball or a little play action again.
Right up the middle, Spencer burst through a little bit of a hole, and a good gain for Spencer across the 30-yard line. Time winding down, coming up on a minute remaining in this first half.
I wonder if they have Matt, I wonder if they have some sort of special play of some sort for Dent.
You would think so. Coming into a state championship game, experienced coach like Mike Brown would have some wrinkle for this situation.
The give to Dent, fumbles the football. Unfortunately for Mullen, right there to pounce on it is Dent's teammate, Trent Zimmerman.
Then again, Adrian, with this much experience, he's a lot smarter than me. He's probably going to just run the clock out and be happy it's only 28-18 when it seemed like Lindsay Holy Family was really running away with the game early on.
3rd down and 9 from the 25. 20 seconds remaining in the half. And Renfro to the air. In trouble. Renfro gets away from trouble. Now running room. Renfro down to the 29-yard line in the arms of Jeff Jarecki, and the clock will just run out on this first half.
On the tackle, number 42.
And that is the end of the first half of action from Memorial Stadium, the Class D2 state championship game. At halftime, Lindsay Holy Family with a 28-18 lead over the Mullen Broncos. And when you look at the numbers, guys, Lindsay Holy Family just 101 yards or so, even less than that now, 89 yards of total offense, 165 for Mullen. And Larry Putney is standing by with Rusty Rottenberg of Lindsay Holy Family.
Well, that was really a story of two different quarters.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had momentum several times, came out and put it on them early, but right now their defensive line and linebackers are dominating line of scrimmage, and we're not moving the ball, running the ball. So if we don't improve that, we're going to be in trouble.
Seems like all the big plays have come off special teams.
Yeah, it has. Well, you start getting this wet weather too. I mean, the punt game's going to be real tough today, and but we got to run the ball and we got to do a better job of tackling when we have a chance.
Thanks, Rusty.
Yep.
Rusty and Lindsay Holy Family into the locker room with a 28-18 lead in the D2 title game. Lindsay Holy Family leading Mullen at halftime of the Class D2 state championship. Larry Putney is down on the field, standing by with Mullen head coach Mike Brown.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach get some difficulty with Jerry Clausen there that first half. His size was giving you trouble.
They're just so big. We're having a hard time blocking them. We're having a hard time covering them, receiver-wise. We just need to do a better job.
Second half or second quarter, though, it looked like you were able to get things going a little bit and start controlling line of scrimmage.
Well, I think the breaks kind of went our way. We got a fumble. Got the short field. We gave them the short field that first quarter too many times. And we just got to do a better job.
Special teams have seemed to be key. You had the block punt, you had the muffed punt, and they had a couple of big returns.
Yeah, and when you get weather like this, it makes it tough to hold on to that ball. But maybe we'll do a better job this half.
All right. Good luck in the second half.
Yeah, thanks.
Mike Brown, the head coach of Mullen, down 10 here at halftime as we get set to start the second half of the D2 state championship. We've got a little bit of a look back at the first half, some of the highlights, and some of the highlights, miscues and special teams for both the Mullen Broncos and for Lindsay Holy Family. And Andy Pfeiffer trying to dance out of trouble here on that punt return.
Good snap, though, to start it off there, Kevin. There's a touchdown. I believe that is a touchdown pass to Pfeiffer again. Touchdown run there.
Andy Pfeiffer getting into the end zone. Toss play to Dent. And Stephen Dent. Just hard yardage all first half for Mullen. And Pfeiffer looking for his big guy. And talk about a big day. He's having one. Jerry Clausen for Lindsay Holy Family.
Really the story of the day for Lindsay Holy Family. Clausen's been everywhere.
Clausen, 3 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown.
And then the touchdown pass late into the end zone for Mullen's Trent Zimmerman. And the Mullen Broncos right back in this ball game to start the second half. Now, Lindsay Holy Family, if you'll recall, they won the toss and deferred. And so the Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family will get the ball to start this second half, and they'll go on offense.
Kevin, Mullen's got to feel pretty good about the situation, though. They were down 28-6 at the end of the first quarter. Now they're down 28-18. They're back in the ball game, feeling good. A little bit of momentum, perhaps, on their side. They actually had the ball about 3 minutes longer than Lindsay Holy Family did in the first half, so they've got to be feeling a little bit better situation. If they can take care of Glosson up front and Casey Bender down at that D tackle, perhaps they make some good yardage with Stephen Dent.
Pfeiffer and Jarecki back deep to return. And this will be Pfeiffer at the 5. Bringing it over to the left side. Pfeiffer, not a lot of running room this time. Good coverage on the kick. Trent Zimmerman gets down there to make the stop on Pfeiffer, and it'll be first down and 10 for Lindsay Holy Family at their 13-yard line.
At times, Zimmerman was able to get between that wall, get some penetration back there, and no return.
From the 13, Lindsay Holy Family, they've had great field position most of the day, but starting in their own end deep this time. And a one-back set with Jarecki, the lone setback behind Pfeiffer. And an option out of that set, and nothing doing. Andy Pfeiffer, maybe a yard. Not a lot of running room. Lee Anderson at that nose guard spot just caved right on top of Andy Pfeiffer.
While he was being blocked also. Lee Anderson, there he is, 55. Good-looking youngster, PAT guy. They're one of their kickers. Just a junior, he'll be back next year.
Second down, 9. Just underway, third quarter of the D2 title game, 28-18. Lindsay Holy Family leading. Up the middle, big hit inside on Preister. Will Newmeyer bringing that club that Adrian talked about in the first half. He had it in the back pocket there.
He's right in the middle. There he is, Newmeyer. Man alive, what a play right there. He played well in the first half, and he's stepping it up right here again. Steps up in the hole and shuts it down for no gain. Creates a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8.
Andy Pfeiffer, the 2-year starter at quarterback, with 2 wide receivers to the right of the line. On 3rd down, Pfeiffer to throw. Steps up, in trouble, and the whistle blew. Was he down? He was at the 10-yard line. He completed the pass to Jerry Clausen. I didn't see the knee go down, but the official said it did.
I think he probably is looking at he's in the hold of the defender right now. This is more protection for the player. Watch Lee Anderson, 55, come in right there, and he's in the hole. He's not down, but he's in the hole, Kevin.
Boy, that's tough.
That's a tough one for Lindsay Holy Family.
To be
stood in there and got rid of it.
The old in the grass rule, but wow.
And the punt by Korth. Bounces past Dent. Dent will pick it up at the 23-yard line and try to turn it upfield. And he stumbles across the 30 to the 31. And so Mullen gets a break on the in the grass call. And now they've got it for their first possession of the second half. If you'd like to get a VHS copy or DVD of today's game, log on to mynptv.org or call 1-800-228-4630. NETV is Nebraska's home for sports. So a first down and 10 for Mullen at the 31-yard line. Spencer and Dent. Behind Renfro, who will throw on first down. Lobs it up, but it's tipped and incomplete. Intended for Joe Mundorf. Andy Pfeiffer on the...
This play needs to happen a lot quicker, Matt. It's wet and it's slow down there. The ball hangs in the air way too long. The intended receiver was Mundorf, and he was actually open early on the play.
Yeah, he was.
Ball
the timing.
Ball needs to get out there a lot quicker.
Timing was a little off.
Yeah.
Toss play to Dent. Trying to pick his way over the left side, but Casey Bender, all 240 pounds of him. When Bender falls on you, you usually stay down, and Dent did.
All-state player last year, excuse me, Matt. All-state player last year, Casey Bender in the defensive line, working on an all-state number again, Matt.
Yeah, and Jeff Jarecki really kind of made that play too, guys, getting the penetration up the outside, made Dent cut it back into the inside, and that's where the defensive lineman pursuit, Bender was able to make the play.
3rd down and 8 from the 33, straight ahead run for Dent. And not a lot of running room again. It'll bring up 4th down and 5.5 yards for a first for Mullen.
Once again, Bender on the hit, 77. Big double right on the numbers. Stephen Ed going nowhere. 4th down.
It's a big high school football player, boys. 6'6", 240.
Time to punt. Spencer. Quick this time with the punt. Toward the sideline. Pfeiffer. And it'll go out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Tuesday night on any TV, see a detective story that begins in Omaha and takes you to the Judean Desert 2,000 years in the past. Nova, Ancient Refuge in the Holy Land, was produced by NETV in high definition for national broadcasts on PBS's Nova. See if scientists can prove a link between a cache of letters in a forgotten cave and a rebel uprising against the Roman Empire. Nova, Ancient Refuge in the Holy Land. See it Tuesday night at 8 Central on NETV.
Well, guys, so far we've had 2 punts, and 2 good snaps, and 2 clean kicks. So that's an improvement from the first half.
1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line, and the give goes to Jeff Jarecki. Bounced off a couple of would-be tacklers. Flags all over the place. And it looks like face mask maybe tacked on to the end of that 2-yard tough run.
Yeah, right now Lindsay Holy Family wants to try to flip the field here. They haven't had good field position. Mullen was not able to capitalize that time after good field position. And now they find themselves back on the 12-yard line. See what the penalty is here, but they really want to flip the field here and try to get the momentum back offensively.
Joe Mundorf came up and made a hit. Trent Zimmerman followed it, and here's the play. There's Mundorf right there on the hit. And now, there it is. It's right there, face mask. Joe had his hand right on the face gear.
A 5-yard face mask, and that'll make this a 1st down and 3 yards.
That's a great shot. I didn't see that first play.
Jeff Junker was all over it.
Yeah, great job.
Great job.
Camera people. I'm sorry.
1st down and 3 from the 19. Option play. Pfeiffer in trouble. Bounces off one, bounces off another. Tries to get around the corner, and Clausen, and he couldn't connect. Oh my, if Clausen's able to catch that upright, there isn't anybody near Jerry Clausen.
Trouble is here. Trouble comes in the form of 3 players. As Pfeiffer tries to he gets out of trouble there. Zimmerman missed the tackle there. And now Dent has him. But man alive, Matt, as a receiver, you're down there going, get the ball to me.
Just get it out here.
I remember you going like this a lot down there. Get it over
here. You know, our quarterbacks tucked it, boy. They were running it when they got out of the pocket. There wasn't any scramble drill involved. I started blocking when they took off.
2nd down, 3 from the 19. Give to Jarecki. Nice burst up the middle to the 26. 1st down, Lindsay Holy Family.
Jarecki happy about that one. My goodness. What a blast up through the middle there.
You guys are fired up. It's the D2 championship game. If you can't get fired up for the title game,
a lot of emotion before the game. All the fans out on the field. Get the players fired up, running out for the opening announcement of the starters.
From the 26, first down and 10. Up the middle, Jarecki again. Not sure so much if he took that hit or delivered that hit on Troy Renfro, but he pushed Renfro forward to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, these guys are pumped. Jarecki in particular. Youngster is just kind of ripping up the middle right now. Mullen is used to rodeo out there. Right now it's a rodeo for Holy Family. Every time the ball carrier comes up, it's like he's coming out of shoot number 3. And he's snorting. And he's coming your way.
Second down, 4. Fourth at 32. Again, Jarecki with the carry. And Jarecki stacked up right near that first down marker. Maybe a half a yard shy.
A guy that's 6.
The Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family as they keep the drive going. Try to keep this game on the physical sense on the ground. Lindsay Holy Family in the second half, guys, has really been trying to establish that line of scrimmage once again. That is a big benefit for them. That's their size, that's their strength.
Take advantage of that size up front, outweighing the other guy at 20, 30, 40 pounds.
But it didn't matter there as Will Newmeyer, along with Trent Zimmerman, into the
Great job by Newmeyer. We have said his name a number of times here today. Playing in that middle spot in that 7-man front that Mullen has run just continuously since the ball game started. The other thing is, as you notice, as you've seen all game long, the only guy in a down stance is a middle guard.
Jarecki gets the carry, and they'll just continue to pound away at that 7-man front that you talk about, Aiden. I mean, Lindsay Holy Family is just coming up and saying, I know you're there to stop our run. We're going to run it anyway.
Power football right now. That's all we're seeing. Trying to control the ball, take time off the clock, and they're doing a pretty good job of that. Kevin, take a look up there on the stat screen.
middle. Clausen. First down. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he's stacked up about a half yard short. That was the 9th play of the drive, and it looks like it's about a half yard shot.
9th play to drive. In terms of time, about 6 minutes, 5 minutes, little over 5 minutes on the drive in a really 5, and that's what they're trying to do, keep it on the ground and burn it.
4th down and short at the 33 of Mullen. On the keep, Pfeiffer, and a flag is down. A flag is down. And I'm not sure the play will even count. Pfeiffer was stacked up. And this is going to be a motion penalty against Lindsay Holy Family. So now from 4th and short, Matt, you go to 4th and about 6 yards. And that may change what Rusty Rottenberg wants to do.
They sure could punt it here on 4th down and 6. I don't know if they'll go for it or not, but just a penalty you can't afford to have. When you have a guy like Casey Bender in front of you, you're figuring on getting this.
Talk
this
about
quarterback keeper here, and then you have the right end move there. Clausen moved early, and now you're in a 4th and 6, and that changes everything. You're going to punt on it.
You talk about men in the box. There were a lot of men in the box last time up.
High snap again. Korth leaps up to get it. Korth gets bumped as he punts. No flag is down. And the punt goes out of bounds right near the 20-yard line.
And they're going crazy on the sideline over across the way.
At the 22 is where it's out of bounds. Yeah, they are really screaming about that. They wanted a running into or a roughing the kicker, because even a running into gives him a chance.
Yeah, Rusty Rottenberg was going crazy a moment ago. There's a kick. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, that's tough.
Korth did a pretty good job of acting.
Yeah.
Like to me.
Down on his hand, I think.
I think the Oscar is going his way this year.
Boy, confusion on this play. Flags are down, and so is Renfro. He turned one way, his back turned the other. And by the time they got it figured out, Casey Bender put them both on their back.
Probably going to be a hold. There it is. Gets Mullen.
It was a broken play that time. Went to hand it off, and the fullback was on the other side.
You got a guy like Casey Bender bearing down on you. Better make sure that the play is coming off the right way, because you don't want to have the missed timing or the missed play or the missed handoff, because Bender will be there to take care of business just as he was on that play with that penalty.
Declined the penalty, though, and took the result of the play. A loss of 6. 2nd down, 16. Toss play to Dent. He'll cut it back up the middle. Bangs into his own man, and that slowed the play enough for Lindsay Holy Family to get there. Still a good game, though, for Dent on the play out near the 25-yard line.
Going to create a long 3rd down play here now.
What I like about Dent is when he gets those shoulders going north and south, he has that burst right there through the hole. He's getting dragging guys with him, keeps those legs pumping.
He was able to cut it back also, Matt, again, as we talked about at halftime and pregame. He loves to do that, and the Holy Family very mindful of that. 3rd and about 7 here.
Toss play to Dent. Block from Spencer. Dent's got the first down, and he's out of bounds. At the 36-yard line, Steven Dent helps dig Mullen out of a big hole and a first down and 10.
John Jarecki had a chance coming up from the corner spot here. Watch here, 15, top of the screen, right there. Had a chance, but just got his body in the wrong position and overran the play. And if you overrun the play with a guy like Steven Dent, he's going to run right by you, and that's what he did.
At the 36, first down and 10. And we've got to stop. Officials timeout. Looks like an equipment problem down there for one of the Mullen linemen. And Lee Anderson will have to head out to the sidelines.
You got to the corner in 8-man football when you don't have 3 linebackers in the middle of the field. If they are bigger than you up front, if you get that corner, there aren't as many guys there to tackle you. Use your speed and get to the outside.
On first down and 10, the inside give, nothing there. Stacked up again, Clausen and Bender at the bottom of that pile once more. Spencer with very little running room on that give. Horth also in there on the stop, guys. On that carry right up the middle, it'll be second and 10.
I would think if you're Mullen and you see where Casey Bender lines up on the defensive line, you might want to go the other way. You don't have a guy that can move a guy that's 6'6" and 240 pounds.
Second down 10, Dent gets the carry. Little bit of a hole, and Dent took advantage of it. And a nice gain for Steven Dent, who's closing in on 100 yards rushing today.
Good counter play this time. Dent will take one step the other way, try to get people moving that way, get him a step over, and then come back and fire away to the right side here. A couple of missed tackles, and he's a tough runner. He really is. Tough kid.
He had great patience on that play, guys. When he saw the opening and quick burst right through it.
Dent on third down, trying to get to the outside. He's in trouble, and down he goes. John Jarecki and Casey Bender.
This time Jarecki is there. He fills up the far side over there from the corner spot. Watch top of your screen here. Bender keeps the play inside, and then he tries to go out, and Jarecki is there to help his team. That's just great teamwork right there. Bender and John Jarecki.
It's tough when you have Joe Mundorf pulling on that play, 5'9", 165, and he's blocking Casey Bender, 6'6", 240.
Pressure up the middle, nearly got that one. A line drive kick. Pfeiffer trying to get to the edge. And he's down at the 15-yard line in the arms of Troy Renfro. Fast-moving third quarter, a minute 40 remaining in the quarter. And a 28-18 lead for Lindsay Holy Family, the same score we had at halftime.
Exactly, Kevin. And then now the clock becomes a factor in the game. A 10-point ball game will have a full fourth quarter to go, but you got to figure Lindsay Holy Family is going to take some more time off the right now. They're going to run this thing right now into the fourth quarter. So Mullen, unless the ball comes loose in some more untoward way, Mullen really has their work it out for them as Holy Family lines it up.
Expect to hear the name Jarecki a lot for Lindsay Holy Family. On first down, though, Pfeiffer with a play fake. Wings it out intended for Preister, and it's incomplete at the 20-yard line. Well, that's Rusty Rottenberg confounding us again with the pass.
The football accounts for the problem here on this play. You saw Pfeiffer deliver the ball, but way short. Kind of shook his hand afterwards, saying that's too slippery. They line it up for down 2.
John Jarecki and Jeff Jarecki behind Pfeiffer. Second down and 10 from the 16. And this is Jeff Jarecki again. A yard, and that's all over the right side. As Mullen continues to do a pretty good job on the interior of that defensive line and stacking up the run up the middle.
Yeah, guys, that last play, that incomplete pass stopped the clock. Really worked to Mullen's advantage on the play. So clock is running now play comes in.
Now you find yourself in a 3rd and long, and if you're Mullen, try to get a stop here, and you should have great field position after the punt.
Yeah, you want him to punt into the wind right now. 7 for 11, 1 interception, 93 yards on the day, 2 touchdown passes for Pfeiffer. He'll throw again. Over the middle. Catch is made. Clausen's got it, and he is just shy of the first down by a half yard.
On your own 25-yard line, you're going to be in a 4th and very, very short. Lindsay Holy Family going to the air again here, and Clausen has been a good target today on the crossing route. And
great hands that time by Clausen. The coverage was there, but he just comes up short, no more than a half a yard.
Watch for the fake here on a 4th and 6 inches.
4th will punt it away. At least he's lined up to punt it away. And he will do that. Line drive, Dent takes it at the 25. Dent at the 35. And Dent wrapped up near the 40-yard line. Field position, though, for Mullen with 6 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And guys, that first down incomplete pass changed that whole situation. If they run on that play, they punt with the wind instead of into the wind.
Exactly, Kevin, and we're into the 4th quarter now with 6 seconds left. But the way this game goes is Mullen will have a crack here with 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
First down and 10 from the 40. Bobbled snap. Dent gets the give, and nothing there. And right in the middle of that pile, and I know we've said this name 100 times today, Jeff Jarecki makes the stop on Stephen Dent. That ends the 3rd quarter of play. The Class D2 championship game with Lindsay Holy Family leading heading into the 4th quarter by 10.
He staked his company to start the information age. He raised the limits to open the skies for everyone. She bet girls were ready for a new way to play. 3 gamblers who risked it all. They made America.
Monday night at 9 Central Time on NETV.
Arthur is coming to Nebraska, and he's 50 feet tall. That's right, Arthur will be in the Star City Parade in Lincoln Saturday morning, December 4th. This giant helium Arthur balloon will be in downtown Lincoln to kick off the holiday season. Come see Arthur high in the sky and help NETV celebrate 50 more years of service to Nebraska.
Celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
NETV sports coverage of the 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by NPPD, always there when you need us. By Bryan LGH Medical Center, the first name in healthcare. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. And by Education Quest Foundation, access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. Along with Adrian Fiala, Matt Davison, Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler. There is the scoring summary. A big first quarter for Lindsay Holy Family, but Mullen hanging right in there, down by 10 as the Broncos begin this 4th quarter with a 2nd and 10 from the midfield stripe. And the give to Spencer. Taylor Spencer trying on the left side. There's just not been a lot of running room for Taylor Spencer today. Just 41 yards rushing for the Bronco fullback.
Injured player down right now.
Kevin, I think everybody in Mullen, Nebraska, looking in, and particularly those in Sweeneyville, right outside on the east edge of Mullen, looking for a big fourth quarter here, hoping for their boys to step it up and bring one home again. But Lindsay, the Holy Family, is going to have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter, and they're playing with a lot of passion here in this football game. They haven't scored since the first quarter, guys, so we'll see what happens as we wind down the final 11:51 here in the fourth quarter.
John Jarecki up and moving off under his own power. That's a good sign. You don't want to see John Jarecki, who stepped in with the Finkrell injury, as Larry told you earlier. You don't want to lose anybody else at that running back spot if you're Lindsay Holy Family.
That's right. You're going to see a lot of pads popping here in the fourth quarter, guys. Last football game for a lot of these players that are seniors, and you know, you're going to see a lot of emotion here in the fourth quarter. 28-18 game, much in reach for Mullen. If they could get a score here, it would be big.
Third down, 13 from the 37. Renfro to pass. Wings it out. Man open, knocked away. Good coverage out there by Clayton Corus. Joe Mundorf, the intended receiver.
Deep out route, getting that deep outside seam, man. And here we go again. See the receivers cross right there. Defensive back got turned around the wrong way on the play. Corus got turned around right to the inside and then had a long ways to come to provide the coverage. Mullen will now kick it away if they get the good snap.
It is a good snap. Spencer with a line drive kick, and that'll angle out of bounds. So not any return on the kick from Taylor Spencer, as that one looked like it came off the side of his foot a bit. It's out near the 23-yard line. 11:38 remaining in regulation of this Class D2 state championship. Don't forget, coming up tonight, the Class D1 title game between Howells and Overton. Can Howells continue its fantastic run of state championships, or will Overton, and the big guy Orion Matthews right in the middle there for Overton, be able to break the Howells string? Find out tonight at 7 o'clock Central right here on NETV. It'll be game 2 of our 6 games of the state championships. At the 23, first down and 10, and the toss play upended. Jarecki in the backfield. Big hit from Dent, also underneath Will Newmeyer.
Newmeyer just continues to shine up inside there. Will Newmeyer, junior, 5'9", he's 180 pounds. Seems like most of the time when that middle of the line mayhem unfolds, guys, he's underneath it all.
He's not scared to hit. You know, there's some high school kids, it's tough to get them to understand that it's not going to hurt you to hit. And he understands that it doesn't hurt. He's in there, he's hitting hard all day.
Sometimes hurts when you get hit. Second and 13 from the 20. Pfeiffer a straight drop. In trouble now, and Pfeiffer sneaks away. Pfeiffer shedding tackles out near the 30-yard line. That looked like a big loss on the play, and it turns into a 10-yard gain.
I got to see this one again, guys. I don't know how he got out of here. There he is taking a drop. Look at this.
Wow.
How did that work?
You know, that could be a wet jersey. That could have something to do with it, really.
Man.
With having him in the grasp there. And
D
lucky they didn't blow the whistle again, in the grasp.
D coordinator going crazy on that sort of thing. Holy moly.
Third down and 3 now for Lindsay Holy Family from the 30, and Jarecki gets the carry, and Jarecki dragging tacklers for the first down to the 35-yard line. Good, strong run by Jarecki. Stephen Dent finally able to bring him down.
Jarecki bowling over that right side. Excellent blocking up front. Good lead block right there. And that third down and 3 probably should have been about a 3rd and 11 play, but it was a 3rd and 3 because of Pfeiffer's unwillingness to go down. And now it's a first down at midfield or close to midfield.
And Lindsay Holy Family can continue to try to milk that clock from the 35-yard line. First down and 10. Preister up the middle, and the fullback rumbles ahead for 5.
We'll have to remember that play by Pfeiffer. Not to beat it to death, but it would have been a 3rd and long.
Huge play.
And
huge play.
There's a few few plays in each game that usually change the momentum, change the tides of the game a little bit. That was one of those right there. If you put them in a 3rd and long, you have to punt it at 9 minutes to go. You get the ball back. Now you're at midfield in a 2nd and medium.
5 yards for the first. Lindsay Holy Family trying to win the state championship, and the give right ahead again to Preister, the senior fullback. And you can hear the pads popping again as he banged into Mullen territory.
Just take a guess who was there.
Well, let's see. Judging by what we've seen all day long, I would guess it would be Will Newmeyer.
You would be guessing right. My goodness, another smack right up in the face on the ball carrier. Shuts it down, short gain. Youngsters playing possessed out there. 93 tackles on the year for Newmeyer. He's probably got, well, we'll add that up here when we have time.
He's got 61 solo stops coming into play today. Play fake, Pfeiffer rolling. Floats it down towards Clausen, and it's incomplete. 3 men down there on Clausen. That would have been a pretty difficult one to thread in there.
Good pressure that time. Pfeiffer is going to come to the bottom of the screen here. Try to get his receiver downfield talking to him. Matt, let's talk about that. When you see a quarterback, giving you hand signals, what's your reaction? What do you try to do?
Well, you want to try to have one receiver come back to the ball at least, and if you're on the backside of the play, you're most likely going to go deep down the field. You just don't want your receivers to stop or quit on the play. They have to keep working to get open. It's hard for those defensive backs to cover a receiver more than 2 or 3 or 4 seconds.
Punt away. Dent watches it bounce. He takes it at the 4. Dent then falls at the 5-yard line. That is not what Mullen wanted to see. And they've got a long field ahead with 8:41 to play.
This is a basic and fundamental error right here. And I'm not so sure that it just wasn't he was trapped by it. Let's go down to Larry Putney. Larry?
Thanks, Adrian. I'm here with Steve and Aaron Dent, the parents of Steve Dent, and he really has some terrific options when he looks at college. He's football. He's getting people talking to him about football, rodeo. He's a state champion. He was a state wrestling champion. Any idea what he might be doing next year?
Well, I don't know. It's hard for him to decide. It's too bad he's got so many decisions to make.
That's a good problem.
Right.
I don't know if you can.
He's got some chances to rodeo, or he's got a lot of colleges looking at him too for football. So I don't know. You can't talk to him about it right now. All he can think about is this next game coming up.
Aaron, you run all the way down here at the very end of the stadium. You're pacing back and forth, screaming. You have to get away from the crowd. Do they make you not stand by that?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Very, very animated mom.
I know they can hear me.
And they are at the very end, Aid, of the stadium down there. They're
exactly.
all by themselves.
Kevin, and I found this very interesting about Stephen Dent. He's got opportunities in football, but he also has a chance for a scholarship to Panhandle State in Oklahoma for rodeo. I didn't realize they gave scholarships, Matt. Did they do that in Tecumseh? Huh?
We have a rodeo down there. I wasn't one of the guys on a bull, but
yeah, Adrian, it's not only Panhandle State, but he has about 5 offers right now, full ride scholarships to go rodeo at schools all over the nation.
Wow, that's outstanding.
He also said he's very excited because just last night, Colorado State head coach gave him a call. Football wished him good luck for this game. So he's kind of tossing and weighing his options.
Now when Sonny Lubick gives you a call,
yeah.
you listen to Sonny Lubick.
Exactly, Kevin. And, his parents talked about problems to have. Those are great problems to have as Stephen Dent will carry out his career. There's oh, mother.
She's in the isolation booth, so to speak. Look at that. There isn't anybody. She's more wide open than anybody on the field. Penalty flag, a face mask against Lindsay Holy Family. And that'll bring up a 2nd down. And instead of a bigger loss on the play, put it back at the 19-yard line. Still 2nd down and a real long way to go for Mullen with 7:40 remaining in this 4th quarter. A 10-point lead for Lindsay Holy Family. 2nd down, 14. The carry again for Dent. Trying to ride their running back into this game, and he's out to the 25-yard line.
and Mullen needs to get a touchdown up on the board as soon as they can. Watch this here. Bender had a chance to get him with an arm tackle, but again, as I said earlier, you don't arm tackle Stephen Dent. And then Clausen comes in, a little help from one of his teammates, Daymake did. But this is a long third, big play right here, Matt. Third and long, 7 minutes, 10 points down. They got to have this right here.
This is a big play.
And a whistle, and it's such a big play that we're going to discuss it a little bit, says Mullen, and a timeout taken by the Broncos to figure out what to do on 3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. 6:59 remaining in the fourth quarter, and trying to figure out exactly what they need to do. You have more questions than answers about your child's college education. On December 9th, NETV will have a live call-in program, Countdown to College, to help you through the college process and answer your questions about your child's higher learning. Watch Countdown to College, Thursday, December 9th at 7 p.m. Central, only on NETV.
A couple plays we've seen from Mullen a few times today in the passing game was 2 receivers crossing 15-20 yards downfield, try to confuse those safeties a little bit, find one of those crossing routes down the field. Another play we saw earlier in the game was when they faked it to Taylor Spencer up the middle and hit the fullback deep down the middle of the field. So those 2 plays that we've seen work effectively for Mullen today. Let's see if they pull one of those back out of the playbook.
The attendance today in this first of 6 championships, the D2 attendance, 1,355 today on a rainy day in Memorial Stadium, but I would guess there's not a lot left in Mullen or Lindsay right now as they're both in town. Great, it's great for the city of Lincoln, and it's great for these communities, a real community builder to have these teams in the state championship.
It really is, Kevin. You know, every time we do an all-star game, we always read about comments the players have about playing here, playing in Memorial Stadium, and what it means to them and what a great thrill it is. But great to have them down here to play, and great to have all the people coming in from the communities around Mullen and Lindsay. So last time up, Jerry Clausen moved too early there, got in the zone. It's an automatic penalty flag and made it 3rd and 3.
And Stephen Dent will try to get that 3 yards, and he's not going to get there. Wow. Good penetration early aid from Korth, and that's threw off the entire play for Dent.
Exactly, Kevin, and that's what you need. You just need to disrupt the timing of the play, and Holy Family did that. Korth, number 12, comes in, stops it up, or just creates the problem, and then the people over there on the left side finish it up.
4th down and 3, 6.5 to play, fourth quarter, and it is time to go for it. Mike Brown rolling the dice here. They need 3 yards. And Dent, the man who gets the carry, bounces off one man, and he cannot get away from Bender. Casey Bender makes the tackle to stack up the Mullen Broncos.
Taylor Spencer's going to try to block Clausen over on that far end. Doesn't work. 88. He's the guy that really stopped the play and kept it inside, and that created the loss and the turnover on the ball.
Bender with 12 tackles on the afternoon. None bigger than that one. 1st down and 10 at the Mullen 28-yard line. Lindsay Holy Family with 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Option play. Jarecki has the corner and just tripped up. Nice play by Joe Mundorf at the 21-yard line. That prevented a much bigger gain from Jarecki.
Good job on the option that time, making the defensive end commit there to the quarterback. Nice pitch to Jarecki. Little running room there, and a good play by Mundorf. Otherwise, a lot bigger play there. 10 more yards at least.
2nd down, 3 yards to go from the 21-yard line. Preister in at the fullback spot. Jarecki at tailback. He gets the carry, and Jarecki just lowering the pads and driving forward. A 1st down for Lindsay Holy Family. Clock stops with 5:32 to play in the fourth quarter, and Jarecki pretty happy about that. He senses the state championship.
He does. That play, exactly, it did that, Kevin. It gave everybody a sense that 1st down is going to create some more time. They can burn off the clock and put them into position with being ahead by 10 points, with be a little less than 5 minutes to go here when they get this thing going underway. Gives them a great position to move in as far as state championship goes.
A timeout taken by Lindsay Holy Family, and I would imagine Rusty Rottenberg is saying, look, guys, I know it's great to be excited, but it's still kind of damp. It's 5:32 remaining in the fourth quarter, and there's a lot of football left this D2 title game.
National studies show that students who participate in high school activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Lindsay Holy Family trying to pad that lead perhaps, or milk the clock, and then a bobble and a fumble almost. Jarecki did a nice job just to get his hands on that, and that's exactly why you don't celebrate quite yet in this D2 title game. Anything can happen.
You bet.
On an 80-yard field, I mean, a turnover, a couple of plays. If you get in the end zone, you can see his lineman stepped on his foot there that time. That's what happened to the quarterback. That's why he wasn't able to get over there and get the football to the running back.
Great job of Jarecki just to maintain possession on the ball. You certainly, as I said, don't want to give it up in this situation as they break it for third down. Or second down, I beg your pardon.
Second and 11. Ball at the 18-yard line. Toss play to Jarecki. Quarterback leading out on the block. And Jarecki down to the 15-yard line. 3-yard pickup. And Andy Pfeiffer, after the toss, was right out there leading the charge for Jeff Jarecki.
Yes, he was. That looked like a much more promising play as Pfeiffer got out in front of him there. But watch Renfro get to the outside that time. Good play. Forcing him to play back inside to his teammates. They were able to make the play after a short gain.
Remember, Pfeiffer is the quarterback. Or check it, Renfro the quarterback.
Third down and 8 at the 15. Preister at the fullback spot. Jeff Jarecki at tailback. Pfeiffer wanted to hand off. Nobody there. Now he's going to have to tuck it and run. And he is banged down by Stephen Dent at the 20-yard line. Pfeiffer didn't want to have to carry that ball. And Dent was happy he did. He popped it.
Watch the collision here. Number 83. Zimmerman's going to have, well, we couldn't see it because of all the things going on up in front there, but there you see Pfeiffer trying to get to the outside. Just not able to quite get there. Turn the corner. Fourth down now, Matt. Go for it.
They're going to go for it. Let's watch for Clausen here. He's been the go-to receiver.
He's lined up on the right side of the offensive line at one end spot. Fourth down on 13 from 20. Pfeiffer, pressure coming, lobs it towards Clausen, juggling, catch by Clausen, touch. His second touchdown of the day, and that might have just won Lindsay Holy Family the state championship.
Probably not a lot of doubt about that one, Kevin. Clausen goes up and makes a second grab over the top of defenders. We saw him earlier in the first half, Matt, fighting for the football, and now he comes up and probably makes the catch and wins them the championship right there.
That's right. You go to your go-to players in tough situations. You're in a long, third and long, fourth and long, and you throw it deep to a guy that's 6'3" and can jump. He goes up after the football and
get the mismatch, and they had that, and he just went up and fought for the ball and picked it off.
Now the two-point try. Pfeiffer rolling, floating floating it, and it's good. Into the arms of Ross Beller, the 2-point conversion.
Take a look at the touchdown again here. Pfeiffer going to get the drop. There's Clausen coming out. Great shot right here. This is wonderful. Watch him go up there and battle. Big advantage. It was Stephen Dent again on the coverage there, but he's up over the top side.
Boy, what a catch.
It really was.
6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns today for Jerry Clausen as we look at the scoring drives. 6 plays, 28 yards. The touchdown's big. The 3 minutes milked off the clock big as well for Lindsay Holy Family.
That's right. Get the clock down. 3:18 to go in the game, and you're up 3 scores. That's big. I'm wondering how many rolls of tape Lindsay Holy Family went through this year with all the touchdowns they've scored, and Clausen taping his foot up every time he has to kick off.
Well, join us Tuesday, November 30th. Big Red wrap-up along with Adrian Fiala. I'll be there as well. We'll talk about the Colorado game. Will Nebraska be going bowling, or will the season be complete? We'll wrap up the Colorado game, give you all the insight that we can possibly provide. Big Red wrap-up Tuesday, November 30th, 7 o'clock Central Time, right here on NETV Sports.
Make your reservations.
I think so,
Make
too.
your reservations.
When was how old were you, Adrian, the last time? No, I want to ask you how old you were. How many years was it? 36
that was
years ago?
I was in grade school.
No bowl game?
Yeah, grade school. Oh, no bowl game. I was playing, actually. No
I didn't mean to bring up some bad memories. Sorry about that.
Let me tell you what, it was no fun, Matt.
First game of the weekend. That's
Adrian
nice.
was home for Christmas.
You'll be.
Hey, Aid, here's some salt. Let me dump that in the wound there for you.
Let me tell you, I always hear people say, well, you know what, the season hasn't gone that well, blah, 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 and we should just refuse to go to a bowl game. My thought is, you're an idiot. You don't understand anything at all about how this works.
On the 15, the toss play to Dent. Across the 20, and Dent down to the 23-yard line. 3:10 to play, fourth quarter, 36-18. Lindsay Holy Family trying to win its first state championship since the 2000 season. Tasted bitter defeat the last 2 years in the title game, and Rusty Rottenberg a little bit more of a smile on his face than he's had at this point the last 2 years.
They got off to a great start today in that first quarter. Offensively, a couple big plays in the special teams. 28 points there in the first quarter until this last score. Mullen's defense had really come through big.
Spencer out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Still some hitting down there. And Korth and Jarecki driving Taylor Spencer out right near a first down, about a yard shy.
Depends on, yeah, they do spot it. I thought he got across. I thought he got up to the 25, but apparently not. But Taylor Spencer showing some good toughness right. He's played tough all game. Taylor Spencer, he and Dent were the nucleus of this ball club coming back this year.
Toss play to Dent on the short side. He's got the first down, and he ducks out of bounds near the 30-yard line. 2:34 to play, fourth quarter. Mullen down 36-18 for Dent. 34 carries now on the day, and he's over 130 yards rushing.
As we talked about earlier, Kevin, a little over 3 yards a carry, but he averaged a little over 9 yards a carry. I thought it was about 8.9 earlier, but it did a quick calculation. 9.2 yards per carry for the year, and that accounts for some of the problem Mullen has had here today. Just not able to get as much production from Stephen Dent. Credit Holy Family for that.
Back to throw, Renfro. Lots of time. Now flushed, Renfro's going to run. And Renfro driven down by Korth at the 33-yard line. Clock will continue to run, 2:18, 2:17, and now it'll stop. A timeout will be called.
One thing Renfro would need to do, watch the play. in terms of getting out of bounds on the play, Matt. He needed to get out of bounds to stop the clock. He did not do that.
Now you have to burn a timeout.
And they burned the time.
Just one timeout left from Mullen. And Rusty Rottenberg looking for his second state championship. Of course, he coached him to that title, as I mentioned, in the year 2000. Mullen, of course, state champions last season. Champs in D1 in 1998. So these two programs, and they are programs, they're veterans in this state championship game. They know what it takes to win. They know what it takes to get here. And I know they've been here, well, Lindsay Holy Family in its third straight trip, Mullen in its second straight trip. Wouldn't surprise anybody to see these two teams back here again real soon.
Excellent programs, Kevin. Not surprised at all if it happens again next year. What does Holy Family have rushing? Quick stat.
53 yards on the ground for Lindsay Holy Family.
53 yards.
On 37 carries, so pretty good job defensively for Mullen.
Renfro in trouble, and down he goes.
Lost the ball.
Fumble on the play, and covered by Mullen. Boy, Renfro had Kyle Clausen on top of him the minute he took the snap.
Yes, he did. He turns to pass the ball and just fell right out of his hand. You know, a lot of these high school kids, maybe their hands aren't quite as big as a college player, pro player. And when the ball's a little slick, slip right out of there.
Minute 45 and counting to play. 3rd down and 11.
Yeah.
Mullen with a little bit of work to do here. Well, a lot bit of work. Renfro to throw. In trouble. Slips out of Bender's grasp for the moment, but he cannot keep his footing. And it seems fitting that Bender would play a big role on one of the last plays, perhaps, as he gets his 14th tackle.
He's been all over the field today, guys. A big guy on the run stopping, and yet he can pursue well. He runs well for being 240 pounds, 6'6". And a big play there on 3rd down to get him into a 4th and 22 now?
Yeah, that whole front bunch has really played well for Lindsay Holy Family. You talk about Bender and Clausen up inside there. Clayton Cordes has played an excellent football game this afternoon for this bunch. Nick Korth.
Andy Pfeiffer as well. Bender and Clausen aid with 14 tackles apiece. Pfeiffer with 10. Corus and Jarecki. Jeff Jarecki with 7. Been a real balanced effort from that defensive side of the football for the Lindsay Holy Family.
Terrific effort, and that really the story of the game early. They established themselves and really built a good foundation for the football game in the first quarter, scoring 28 points, and then held on through the ball game. Mullen trying to get something going here with 1:22 left. Too little, too late.
4th down and 22. Last gasp, perhaps, for the Mullen Broncos. They'll shift Dent out to the right. Empty backfield for Renfro. Throws. Got his man. Spencer cannot pull it in. Would have been a great catch. Just could not make the grab. And Mullen turns it over on downs, and the celebration begins on the Lindsay Holy Family sideline. 1:16 from a state championship.
What a feeling it'll be for these guys. Memories that they'll never forget. You know, you go through a whole football season and get to the state championship game. You want to take advantage of it and win it. Mullen has one from last year, and now Lindsay Holy Family will be able to enjoy that the rest of their lives.
Nothing like a smile of the head coach. Players turn around and see Rusty Rottenberg, their head coach, smiling, getting ready for the Gatorade, perhaps.
The victory knee taken by Andy Pfeiffer. Boy, a chilly day for Gatorade.
Get some caught in that hood back there and get 2 bats today, but good job by Holy Family to come through. They won it in 2000. They've been in the final 3 of the last 4 years.
Wholesale substitutions now for both teams as they'll get everybody a taste of the state championship. Bender in at quarterback now for Lindsay Holy Family. Disappointing way certainly for Mullen, Dent, and Spencer to end their careers at Mullen, but they've got some great days ahead of them. Bender under center, and he'll take a knee. 30 seconds remaining, and Lindsay Holy Family about to taste the state championship for the first time since the 2000 season.
Every time Mullen has been in the state final game here in Memorial Stadium, they have won today, that will not happen.
Great season, though, once again for both of these teams, and now they're split in title games over the last 2 years. Mullen got the better of Lindsay Holy Family a year ago, but Lindsay Holy Family will get the better of Mullen today. Rusty Rottenberg is now a soaking wet Rusty Rottenberg. Lindsay Holy Family, your D2 state champions. The final today, 36-18. Lindsay Holy Family with the win over the Mullen Broncos. A great championship for Lindsay Holy Family as they finish the year undefeated, and they wrap it up with a 36-18 win over Mullen here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln.
Kevin, you really have to hand it to the Holy Family defense. They stepped up today. They limited a Mullen football team that had been scoring at a 54-point clip through the year to just 18 points here this morning and this afternoon. So this Holy Family team really, they had a mission on defense today, and they completed that mission in great order. They shut down Stephen Dent, the fine running back for Mullen, and they pick up a state championship.
36-18, the final. Lindsay Holy Family, your state champs in Class D2. The awards presentation next on NETV Sports.
Nebraska is the only state served completely by publicly owned power. That means our success isn't determined by how well we serve stockholders, but by how well we serve fellow Nebraskans. It means Nebraskans working 24 hours a day to provide uninterrupted service and affordable electric rates to other Nebraskans. Always there when you need us. NPPD. Together with your local public power utility.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
Bryan LGH West is bringing advanced neuroscience technology to Nebraska, offering the state's first gamma knife radiosurgery to non-invasively treat brain tumors and severe facial pain, and working with Nebraska's only physician specially trained in coiling for brain aneurysms. Just two examples of our commitment to neuroscience care for Nebraskans and our neighbors. Bryan LGH, the first name in healthcare.
Hello, I'm Jim Lara, and I want to congratulate NETV on 50 years of service to Nebraska.
Celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
NETV sports coverage of the 2004 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by NPPD, always there when you need us. By Bryan LGH Medical Center, the first name in healthcare. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. Your D2 state champions, the Bulldogs of Lindsay Holy Family, 36-18 winners today over the Broncos of Mullen. It was a very strong start for Lindsay Holy Family, and guys, they just turned it into a state championship. Not a lot of scoring in the second half. Some pretty good defense, and Lindsay Holy Family did a good job of controlling the clock. Even though they didn't get a lot of rushing yardage aid, they burned a lot of clock with a lot of carries.
They did. They burned clock when they had to, Kevin, kept it all under control, kept the game in their control. And that's really what Rusty Rottenberg and his coaching staff, Dan Wolken, Russ Schumacher, and Lance Pfeiffer really wanted to do and try to control it. They did. Their defense really controlled it extremely well all throughout the course of the game. I said a moment ago, they limited Mullen to just 18 points, a team that on average had been scoring 54 a game through the course of the year.
Let's go down to public address announcer Chris Lofgren for the Class D2 awards presentation.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is happy to have medals and trophies for both these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board Control members Nate Steinman from Southern Valley, Chuck Hafer from Mullen, and U.S. Bank Representative Josh Harm. Here are the awards for Class D2 runner-up Mullen. Will head coach Mike Brown and your assistants please come to the sideline stage to present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Troy Renfro. Number 13, Shane Young. Number 14, Shane Simonson. Number 20, Troy Spencer. Number 21, Stephen Dent. Number 22, Jeremy Jackson. Number 23, Joseph Deibler. Number 31, Chad Pierman. Number 33, Dustin Schwartz. Number 34, Will Newmeyer. Number 35, Cam O'Mara. Number 40, Sam Zimmerman. Number 42, Tim Seaver. Number 43, Adam Danielson. Number 50, Michael Andrews. Number 52, Kenny Cash. Number 55, Lee Anderson. Number 60, Trey White. Number 64, Tanner Crisp. Number 65, Brian Wright. Number 70, Chet Schwartz. Number 71, Donald Muzzer. Number 73, Dustin Jackson. Number 74, Eric Deibler. Number 80, Colby Osborne. Number 81, Zachary Cox. Number 82, Mike Phillips. Number 83, Trent Zimmerman. And number 84, Joe Mundorf. And now here is the 2004 Class D2 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Mullen High School.
The Mullen Broncos finished their season 11-2, and the runners-up in Class D2. A loss to Sargent by 1 started this season for Mullen, and then 11 consecutive wins for the Broncos got them to this state championship game
They fell short today, though. 36-18. Lindsay Holy Family defeats Mullen in the D2 state championship game. A great career wraps up for Stephen Dent as he ends up the day with a very solid 132 yards rushing on 34 carries, 1 touchdown for Dent. He ends his career very close to 7,000 career rushing yards. And now Stephen Dent and the rest of his Mullen Bronco teammates will cast their eyes to the future. For some, a chance to repeat in this title game next year. For others, move on to college or to jobs or wherever. But a congratulations go out to the Mullen Broncos today, as they are the runners-up in Class D2. And let's go now back to our public address announcer, Chris Lofgren, to award the champions from Lindsay Holy Family.
Now to the champions from Lindsay Holy Family High School. First, head coach Rusty Rottenberg. We have a special award for you. Now, coach, would you and your assistants hand out the gold medals to the members of your team? Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 9, Jordan Bender. Number 10, Andrew Pfeiffer. Number 11, Sean Weezy. Number 12, Nick Korf. Number 14, Josh Frankel. Number 15, John Jarecki. Number 16, Doc Shoemaker. Number 20, Kyle Herkenbach. Number 22, Clayton Corris. Number 23, Lucas Weeder. Number 25, Ross Bellin. Number 26, Bryant Pfeiffer. Number 30, Michael Werner. Number 32, Jeff Wegner. Number 33, Josh Phillips. Number 35, Kent Shoemaker. Number 36, Grant Weezy. Number 40, Miles Corris. Number 42, Jeff Jarecki. Number 45, Mitchell Kirkenbach. Number 46, Kevin Jarecki. Number 50, Dylan Lloyd. Number 55, Jacob Preister. Number 66, Brent Pfeiffer. Number 77, Casey Bender. Number 78, Corey Preister. Number 80, Kyle Clausen. Number 85, Jesse Shanley. Number 88, Jerry Clausen. Number 89, Michael Richmond. Number 95, Evan Shoemaker. Number 99, Jared Chanley. And now for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2004 Class D2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Lindsay Holy Family High
School. A season that saw Lindsay Holy Family dominate both offensively and defensively. And a season that ends with Lindsay Holy Family hoisting the D2 State Championship Trophy. Awesome team. That about sums it up. 13-0. Congratulations to the Bulldogs.
Exactly, Kevin. It's a great feeling for those youngsters to have, win their championship, and to play in this stadium. Those two things, probably the ultimate of their careers, the same as it's been for Mullen.
Larry Putney is standing by down on the turf at Memorial Stadium with the head coach of the champs, Rusty Rottenberg.
Rusty, you've been down here twice before, and you were on the other side of it. How is this different?
Well, it's incredible that the kids stepped up and played. I mean, obviously it's a heck of a lot better feeling, but you know, it's just great that the kids made plays when they needed to make it, and I'm really happy for everybody.
10 seniors on this squad have been down here. Well, actually, they've been involved in 4 state championship games between basketball and football, and they finally get one and walk away. How important was that senior leadership?
Oh, it's extremely important. I mean, you know, every game this year when we needed somebody to step up and make a play or something, it seemed like it happened, and that's what happens, I guess, when you have a good team and you have a lot of seniors. But I give all the credit to the boys. They really played, and having a lot of seniors is great, but then coming back next year is going to be a little bit tougher, that's for sure.
The guy that stepped up today was Jerry Clausen, the guy to my left here. Talk about his performance.
Oh, Jerry's usually about the best athlete on the field when he walks out there. I mean, he makes plays that a lot of people can't, and we like to, you know, it seemed like he always comes up with some kind of big play like that, and today he had some great catches, and that was really big for us, obviously.
All right, let's talk to Jerry just briefly here. Talk about those grabs. I mean, your height advantage obviously was big, but you just went up and got some of those.
Yeah, well, I think my quarterback, he threw it up in the air. The other guys were pretty small, so just jumped up and got it, I guess. Height advantage worked.
Were you planning on throwing the ball a little more today, or was that a byproduct of them shutting down the run?
Nope, we weren't planning on throwing at all. Just kind of happened, I guess, so I won't complain, though, I guess.
Congratulations, Jerry.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Well, you never complain when you have 6 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns in the state championship game. A nice bonus for any wide receiver who actually gets to catch the ball a little bit, as I look at my wide receiver directly to my right, Matt Davison.
Exactly. I think he had as many touchdowns in one day in Memorial Stadium as I did in 4 years. But no, congratulations to him. And, you know, Lindsay Holy Family got out to a great start. And I think in these big football games, it's important to get out of the gates quickly. Get some confidence for your team. And these senior leaders were able to sustain through the fourth quarter, get one more score, and able to win the state championship. Congratulations to Lindsay Holy Family.
Well, if you'd like a VHS copy or DVD of today's D2 state championship or any of our state championships, log on to mynptv.org or call 1-800-228-4630. NETV is Nebraska's home for sport. Trophy. Lindsay Holy Family 13-0, and they did it by slowing down Stephen Dent. He got his 100 yards, Abe, but it took him 34 carries to get it.
Yeah, well below his season average in terms of yards per carry, Kevin. So this Holy Family defense, again, as I said earlier, on a mission today to stop Stephen Dent. They got the job done against Dent and the Mullen Broncos. But congratulations to Mike Brown and his staff, Dan Broust and Mitch Pfeiffer. Excellent year. They were 11-1 coming in, losing here today, but great job again by Mike Brown with the Mullen Broncos, and they'll go home and regroup, start over, pick up the pace, come back, try to get back here again next year.
Well, coming up tonight, we're just underway. Game number 2 of our 6 finals. The D1 state championship is tonight. The Howells Bobcats looking for yet another state championship, and they'll take on the Overton Eagles tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time on NETV Sports Class D1 state championship. And Matt, your final thoughts on this one? Lindsay Holy Family, the state champs today.
Well, you knew they had a little bit of a size advantage coming in here, Kevin, against Mullen, and they really used that size advantage. Not so much in the running game, but they really stifled Steve Dent. Even though he had 130 yards, it took him a lot of carries to get there, and their size really came through, and that showed their physical play down the stretch, and they were able to beat Mullen up a little bit. They used that size and strength and controlled the line of scrimmage. And like I said, big plays in special teams and a couple big plays by Clausen. He was big today, and he catapulted them into a state championship.
Once again, our final